Last time on Ebon Ward South. The crew, having found their way underneath the castle, entered into a large, grand library that seemed to break the very laws of the universe. Stretching down, they went through the first lobby, encountering small contraptions that would attempt to bar their entry if they destroyed books. And on top of that, a mysterious cabal of mages was underneath there. Lacking any form, they appeared to almost float with dark magical energies. Something unholy and undead ruminated inside of them. As they ventured down, they fought more of their servants, skeletal in form, and eventually made their way down past a inconvenient little map mimic to the very bottom of the library, a place known as the Violet Room. This Violet study was where one of the leader of the Cabal seemed to mark himself, waiting. They fought for a time, but he fled, leaving them alone at the bottom of the study. Searching around for any sort of hint at potentially in this vast array of knowledge of what might have happened to the Sicklands, they instead found a secret way down deeper, a floor beneath the final floor. Josen, clicking it open, moved with Laz down, and then all followed with. And that's where we begin tonight.
Yo-ho.
As you step down, and all of the floors were lit by magical lighting, but this one seems darker. Only a faint reddish glow emanates from here, from no light source you can fully divine. It seems that it emanates from the bookshelves. There are no bookshelves immediately in sight as you enter down, but there is something like a chasm. You all step down.
Oh boy.
Josen moves up, kind of arcs over to the side. You notice, Laz, as you go down, Josen is moving with caution, concern, a little bit of fear, and then an overwhelming look to his eyes. He's excited, he's curious, he looks forward with great interest as he steps around the corner momentarily, and he looks ahead, and you notice there's a grin on the side of his face as he turns over and looks at you. He checks forward. This is it. It's what I've been looking for.
Ooh.
What is... Laz, makes sure his lantern of revealing is on.
All right, you click on a lantern in this otherwise dark room, as it seems to be one of the few light sources besides the one hanging on the wall next to you. Everyone takes a look around. You notice an elaborate mural on the floor featuring a tree with what looks to be leaves, fire, or ember of some kind that stretch along the ground. Maya stumbles up behind as you all sort of move on in, checking around this vast area, as Josen steps one more step forward and then finally gets a peek over the edge there.
I've seen one of these before. This is like it's funny. It's like one of those. It's like a 3D sort of fake image where you can actually
you
walk
step forward
on.
and Josen grabs you and pulls you back. No, be careful, sir. You're my friend. I'd hate for something bad to happen to you.
I shove Josen.
Not that way.
He kind of stops as he
Oh, come now! This is ridiculous. How am I supposed to get a book?
Josen kind of checks around and tries to find some sort of a ladder, and then he kind of looks down and peeks. I think it might have crumbled down there. He sort of checks around. Guess they didn't put the same type of enhancement on the ladders for this place.
That's just short-sighted.
Their fall, Justin.
What is this? Josen kind of checks around.
Like a big hall with books.
That's right.
These are called books.
Hey, shut up.
Barrett is going to, with my magical tinkering, it's not, he's going to pull out some little doodads, tie the wires together, and it's essentially a light bulb. Presses a button, it lights up. It has just a 5-foot radius, nothing wild, and he just gently tosses it in the hole and just sees how far this goes.
This goes down a good bit. It ends down where you see it ends there. You can see at the very bottom of the darkness as it kind of hits down. Make me a perception check, Barrett.
There's a big pile of books that are now on fire.
Yeah. Ooh,
what is this?
I'm gonna use guidance.
Josen, did a good perception too. But yeah, you do.
Because I sure forgot this whole time I've had guidance.
Oh boy.
And now that I
Joseph
played
got
Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, Baldur's Gate 3, baby!
There you go. So yeah, Josen steps over to the side, Laz, and as you start peeking over, he's gonna say, "This, my friend, is a containment unit. Something hidden deep beneath the library. This is everything that's too important to be known to exist. This is a scholar's wet dream, my boy." And
This is a wet dream.
meanwhile, Barrett, as Josen absolutely tells you what a wet dream is, Barrett, you look down and you see something. The light landed a bit over here and it illuminated, let me see. The light landed a bit like down, and I'll mark it, this spot here.
Mm-hmm.
And you do notice something over this way, however. Something that seems to kind of rest there. And it's strange. You also do notice tons of books. And you notice that despite this, it all does seem to be organized via basically sections and then alphabetically. So A's up near the top, B's closer near the bottom. And as you sort of check down, there's something rather unnerving about what lies at the center there.
What does my dark vision reveal?
It's too far down for your dark vision.
Damn.
60 feet.
This is a dumb
higher than 60
question.
feet.
If he looks through a scope, probably not, right?
No.
Yeah,
that's
that
not
makes
how it works.
sense.
Yeah.
That's weird, actually.
Very weird, yeah.
Yeah, no, that actually raises some questions.
It does raise some big questions, yeah.
Way some big questions. Barrett will look through his scope at least and see if he can catch anything out of, like, just a little bit of light. Obviously, I'm not going to get a full picture, but, like, maybe see if what it's reflecting off of is, like, slick, or if it's, like, a harder surface, or if it's got limbs. Like,
Why
just,
don't you
Okay,
go down
yeah.
there?
We'll just keep throwing more torches down there. We'll find out
I
eventually.
mean, very
You're not saying
technically,
anything yet, though.
Yeah, very technically, Barrett's not going to, like, talk to whatever's down there.
All right, yeah.
He's just trying to see if he can get a little peek.
Hey guys.
All right,
I'm down
so-
here.
So,
Oh.
Carthian, you peek down and you take a look down there and you try to pick out features and make me another perception check. This one, the disadvantage.
Fair. 1 second.
Get
Perception.
that guidance.
Get my sweet little guidance. Disadvantage.
Powerful cantrip.
Oof.
Oof.
That's fair.
You can't make out too much besides its shape. It seems like it's a bit roundish. It's hard to tell. But it's not like a perfect sphere, is a good way to put it too. Josen kind of peeks over. See anything interesting?
There is something down there.
Oh.
Can't make it
I
out
don't-
though.
I can
I don't
fly
like
you
round
down if
things.
you want to say hello.
Like fuck, I want to be down there.
Let me have Josen.
Don't forget that we're down here looking for a powerful wizard that almost killed Maya.
Josen kind of checks around. Yeah, Maya is kind of checking around now for him. He's like, don't see him down here. But they do go invisible, so maybe take a check around. Let's see if we can smoke them out.
Yeah.
Laz with the lantern of revealing, ready to be launched into this hole by some fucking power push.
Barrett actually calls out to you, Laz. Hey, if you're gonna scope out the area, don't stand so close to the edge. Actually, that
Hey,
makes
if you have a lantern of revealing, could I light
Yeah.
a bolt with that?
I think it's the
Chris?
lantern that is magical, not
Yeah.
the flame.
Oh, just throw the lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we
it
lose
won't
it.
break. It's
Oh,
a magical
yeah.
item.
Hmm.
Fucking yeet the lantern.
I love I just realized I love the idea of like tying a rope to the lantern and then just like spinning it
Swinging it?
around you and
Yeah.
progressively letting it go looser and looser. Just be like, all right, let's just see what's here.
I
going
would do
fishing.
that if not for the pillars.
No, yeah, definitely don't.
Maya's
do
a
that.
longbow equipped. And to sum this up, Laz, you and Maya go all the way around, and as you do, you see no sign of the wizard.
Oh, look, a
Uh,
big chair.
There's a staircase down here.
It's a carving, actually, not a chair. It's a part of the floorboard.
Oh.
Oh, I thought the stairs were like a stupid carving.
What were you saying? What were you saying, Laz? What were you gonna do?
I just make note that there were stairs on the other side.
They go up or down?
Up. This is the bottom floor.
Oh.
So, really quick, Josen's rolled a 23 for his arcane check.
Yeah.
As he kind of he puts his hand on your shoulder and he kind of gives you this look. Hey now, I'm obliged to be your friend, aren't I? Let me tell you something. I don't think we should go poking around too deep down there. I've been looking for this place for a long time, and I'd love to grab myself some books on the way out. But this is a place of storage. If that's got nothing to do with us, let's just leave it be, huh?
Agreed. But
Right.
but there are books that we need too.
Yeah. So how are we climbing this thing?
Let me see.
That's a good question. How are you climbing this thing?
Let me see what gadgets I've got.
Well,
Once again, maybe let's check the stairs over there before we go poking around into possibly a security system that will just make the fight harder if the wizard gets the jump on us.
that's true. Josen whips out I'll got something special. 50 feet of hempen rope. Anyone got any else? I don't think it'll help us reach the bottom, but it'll get me about halfway down.
Yeah.
Maya will help you basically check the stairs, and if you both go there, as you go and check the stairs, I will tell you, you go upstairs and it brings you to the other end of the
library that we
library above.
Okay.
The bookshelf up there is closed.
Okay.
It seems
Sorry,
secure.
guys. It seems this is the only way.
Barrett just like rests the sniper over his shoulder. Yeah. The question is, who feels like they can find the books the fastest?
Well, I've got pretty good sight. She's like, I'm pretty versed in the old language too.
You're wounded.
Yeah, I was about to
A
say.
little bit.
Maybe we can top you off. Hang on.
I mean, it's just a library.
Laz looks at her with the sheer look of, bitch, you were at 3 HP.
Yeah,
Also-
cure light wounds. Or cure wounds. Here you go.
Alright.
I'm just gonna give you a little more.
Remind yourself
Yeah,
that
all right, 10 more.
overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Yeah.
He pulls out a little potion and shakes it a little bit and then hands it to her.
Yeah. Alright, then
It explodes.
Yeah. She takes a sip and so
I do have
Mhm.
one more second level spell slot.
True, you could heal her or do something else.
No, I could locate object.
That's true, yeah.
Oh.
If you wanted to locate object, absolutely. That would speed up the process.
Do we know which book?
I think
Yeah, that's the thing.
I think we did learn the name of the book. It's been a bit.
I gotta know what it looks like.
Ah, true.
Let's put in chat. So
Maybe
yeah.
think of the words. Think of the word on a page that we're looking for.
No, that's gonna be a little too dicey.
It's going to be on a lot of books.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So we can at least, we can't see like the bottom, but we can at least like see pretty low down, right?
Yeah.
I can't see anything.
Fair. I'm gonna use my scope. I'm just gonna
Sure.
slowly scan each book from here, and once I'm able to track the one that we need, I'm not gonna shoot it, but I will point out like, hey, it's this many down, this many books over.
Okay, good.
Take a fucking
Yeah, I need
nap.
to be familiar with the object, so no dice.
Fair enough.
Alrighty, yeah. So you're just gonna kind of peek around, and
Oz, I know it's alphabetical, but like, there's so many here, and if something happens as we lower, I want them to be ready when we get there.
all right. So you use your scope and you peek on through and start looking through names and otherwise. And all right, Barrett, you're gonna give me a wisdom save.
Oh
no.
You're being so wise.
I'm not actually.
Everyone.
shit! You're farther away.
Oh
than-
yes, hell yeah, brother.
Woo! All right. You keep focused and you don't spend time lurking on some titles in this library as you just sort of peek very calculatively and forwardly for what you are
The legendary
looking for.
book of penis spells.
Yeah, as you continue to check your way down, you eventually land on this book, this one specific one, which seemed to have been a study on the Feywilds, or a study in general of something more written a bit more recently. And that was something that seemed to be of the reference books, the stuff that more and more details seem to have drawn you in this direction. And it's about over on the other end, about right about halfway down around here. So
I could climb down there.
Oh, you can?
I could.
I didn't know you could also wild shape into the form of a monkey.
No.
However, if I did climb down there, there would no doubt be damage to the structure. If not the books themselves. Laz motions to his fucking claws.
I would rather go down myself than you damage the books.
No.
Yeah, Laz looks down the death pit. Something tells me that damaging the books would not be a wise decision.
Right, someone spot me.
Yeah, and Josen, let's make one thing abundantly clear.
What is it?
Our book first, yeah.
Right, alright. Fair.
That is worth looking into, though. We do know where the book we need is. What about the book Josen needs?
I'll keep an eye out for it.
No,
let's see.
Fair is fair. I'll look for it. Hang on.
Right. He kind of thinks a bit. He pulls out a tiny little personal journal as he kind of flicks through. The one book I was trying to find.
Good boy, Laz.
He's like, an arcanist study of. Kind of flicks through. Cursology. Is that even a real study field?
Sounds fake.
What, it's just a book about curses?
Not a book about curses in this traditional sense. A book about curses. A book about what they are, how they're made, how they're done, how they exist.
Oh, that actually might be beneficial for us as well.
Right, well, I'll read it first. Yeah?
Fair enough. Skim the bullshit.
He actually just peeks down. Maybe it's right. He kind of peeks through. Huh. You know, it's the same section, actually. He peeks through and runs through and kind of looks dead, peeking his head directly over. Well, Anne is an A.
Laz is ready to catch him if he goes off balance.
He just pulls it up. Well, look at that. Top shelf. Talk about lucky.
You did not just grab that already.
What? He kind of checks down. Kind of looks around a bit. Well, I mean, nothing happened.
I immediately look down in the pit, scope ready.
It seems quiet.
Seems quiet?
Yeah, seems quiet.
About that rope of yours. Laz makes a give me the rope, you're going down there motion.
Right. Well, you reap what you sow. Here you go. He gives you the rope.
Tie it around your waist in case you get grabbed or something.
He ties it around his waist. And he,
You could tie it around one of the pillars.
Yeah, I was about to say, Laz does tie it around the pillar and also keeps a firm grip on it.
Maya pulls out her bow and arrow and sort of peeks over the edge and sort of knocks one, doesn't pull back though, just sort of lets it rest, and then he goes, all right. And Josen begins descending down, moving down this edge of this support pillar, sort of step by step as he...
I have a rope as well, if we need to get further down.
I think we'll be good. Yeah. He sort of is at the edge of the rope, but he sort of turns about a bit and sort of rests his legs down and sort of upside down against gravity as he reaches down, sort of pulls with his hand, and he reaches and grabs the book. But first, sleight of hand for the angle. Okay, that's fine. Oh. He pulls the book out, has it in 2 fingers, and then whips it up into his hand, and then slowly starts climbing up again. See, nothing goes wrong.
I'm still watching the
He
hole.
stops. He turns around. Huh. Oh, well. All right.
I continue hoisting him when he stopped. Like,
Yeah.
you're not. You don't get to get pulled into the void.
What's down there? She kind of checks over at Barrett.
I don't know. There is something, though. I'm assuming it's alive. But why it hasn't acted yet, I'm not sure.
Joseph kind of waves up. No problem. Come on, let's go.
Are you sure that's all you needed? We've come all this way.
Joseph's kind of checking through. I would very much like to explore more if you'd give me time. After all, this is the end all of libraries, but got a job to do with something like that, right?
Yeah.
We could try to skim the books here. Maybe getting it out of this room is going to make someone mad.
Yeah.
Laz is going to, real quick, ritual cast Detect Magic.
Yeah, is there any sort of check on the, like, is there any sort of, like, checkout tag on these books?
Oh, that's actually really smart.
Good question. You do find a ledger page up front. There seems to be everyone in the specific book here. Well, there's two things you immediately discover. One, this is not in Modern Common. And two, this is a book that is like the front ledger is absolutely covered and stamped with these special like blue and purple, not forbidden, but just sort of very specific, well crafted and almost trade secret stampings and with certain materials. You could tell this is a very premier item that could only be checked out under certain circumstances. And you do find a few names. Let me see. Did you have any in-character knowledge about Viscala yet? The name showed up and related to a wizard, but I don't think you guys have actually fully figured that one out.
The what?
Viscala. We've heard the name, and I believe it was...
I think you mentioned it when talking about Veritas Legion bullshit in the Sicklands.
In this case, you do recognize that name. I checked this book out some 73 years ago.
Yeah, the crazy woman that was researching and stealing stuff from the Veritas, right? Like
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
By chance does it mention a last name on this Viscala?
As you check through the names,
The wretched.
there does seem to be some last name mentioned as I could go find it really fast, but yeah.
Oh my god, it's in cursive. I can't read this shit.
Here, I've got it.
Oh, thank God.
Oh man. Actually, so this is one of the things I should remember for names. It's in a different language.
Right, yeah.
Or an old language. It's sort of hard to make out
Trying to
right
read
now.
stuff in Latin.
So as you sort of check through, you can't quite make out the last name in this section, but as you sort of peek over, Maya looks to having trouble.
Yeah. Something can't really grab the last name.
I see. Oh yeah, I remember this. I learned a little bit about it because it used to be nobles down here often used older languages for their stuff. It was sort of a dumb thing. I remember I had to learn it as a kid just because our proximity back when I was very, very young to this kind of stuff. But she kind of, let's see if I can pull out a bit of my knowledge. She grabs the book very gently, sort of holds it out and reads. And this was the one, the scholar?
Yeah.
Right. She looks across at this name again. She, kind of... Okay. Moravia Vascala. Hey, Carthian, make me a history check.
That's what I do.
That's your thing.
You're a nerd.
You're a nerd.
Yeah.
Haha.
Haha.
Ababa.
That's you only know that that's like a completely dead house. And the interesting thing is you're pretty sure that house died, its last member died right at the point that the sick lands probably ended as well.
Huh.
It seems whoever this person is, they were probably the last of their house, is what I'm trying to say. So there's some, and via courtly politics, if she was the last of her house, there probably was very little chance of her being the one who would be able to revive it. Maya just starts looking through. Yeah, Carthian.
Well, these people are dead.
Okay. Anything else, or that kind of it?
I mean, that's basically it.
Fair enough.
I mean, maybe. They're certainly not alive anymore.
Yeah.
But we
Maya's
do know
kinda-
that she was looking into Veritas stuff.
Yeah.
So this is really boring. She's like 3 pages in. What are we looking for specifically?
We're looking for anything that talks about the unique diseases of the sick land. Something that's like orange.
Right.
Causes
Righty
bloating in the
then.
body.
Righty then. Josen's kind of peeking
Fey
over the
origin.
edge. As so-
Yeah, Laz has not stopped looking into the chasm, waiting for the chasm to look at him too.
Yeah. Barrett's gonna keep scanning books. Like maybe there's another one that catches his eye. Whether
Alrighty, make
it's-
me-
Yeah.
An investigation, Barrett.
Oh, God bless.
You're good at those, yeah.
I'm very good at those, especially with my sweet little D4. Baba Booey. Yeah.
Well, topical to what you were just considering theoretically, I feel like it's only fair that you eventually find a book about the Veritas. Which it's about, well, here.
Yeah, because it's V. God damn it. Fuck.
It's kind of deep in there.
Yeah, it's balls deep.
In the hole.
Yeah. Do I have anything that would be good to try and grab that? Not especially. Damn.
I mean, Laz looks like points at himself. I don't really know if it's worth going out of our way to grab it.
Yeah.
Maya perks up. Oh, I think I found something promising.
Oh, yeah?
Everyone looks.
It's study of the Ichor. I mean, it sounds like what we're dealing with. Hang on. She kind of goes through. Right. Okay. So orange stuff, like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So there's been a study of some black Ichor in the past, and that was very volatile, dangerous, bad, changes the body, the mind. Premier Cursens, but the orange one, there we go. So, orange in response to, she kind of checks up. Okay, it's, there's a lot of magic garbage I don't understand, but it sounds like it's, what's...
Can you
what's
read it to me?
Right.
I understand
Okay.
magic about diseases.
So, biological functions found to be. She's kind of like reading through this, and she's just like, diluted by the Ichor substrate. That's what they keep calling the orange stuff, Ichor substrate.
What is a substrate?
That's what I want to know.
Do I know anything
It's
about
like a. It's like
Josen speaks up. It's an underlying surface. It's a material that organisms live and grow in, basically, that's hidden beneath the surface.
So it's a growing bed for something.
What? Is it like
It's-
parasitic?
I think so. It seems like it emerges out from the other stuff. So it's like it grows beneath the surface of this, and it's a more like diluted form.
Reminds me of home.
Yeah, it's there's some kind of experiment of some kind that was recorded on. Notes were taken, and it seemed that
Experiment?
during this experiment, they found some of this substrate emergent from entities that had been exposed to a certain type of ichor.
Wait,
It-
the black stuff, right?
Yeah, though it doesn't happen in all cases, which was interesting, I think. I mean, that does sound interesting, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, it seemed
Aren't
that
some druids immune to?
well, he kind of looks at it. I'm not really sure. Druids are immune to what?
Well, the Mondegreen druids, which is what Jasper is,
Who?
they're a funny little friend. Stupid pants. Anyways,
Barrett's like
God damn.
Barrett's like Slav squatting, looking in the hole.
Mondegreen druids, they have a unique trait in their circle. They're immune to disease and poison. It's the only reason that they're able to function in the sick lands.
Oh, I see. Oh, right. I think we did. Okay, I think I remember that now. I didn't know a Jasper, but yeah, I think I'd heard about that.
Yeah. Hmm.
Not like a name and anything, but I've heard about the peoples that wander around and they seem immune to the sickness.
Yeah. So, we have this orange ichor. By chance is the black stuff sometimes referred to as a sap, like it's sickly sweet smelling?
That seems about correct, yes.
Be right back.
The substrate seems to lack the same odor. It seems slightly clearer, but you can't make out what's through. It's still very amber. And when you... I don't... It doesn't mention... She kind of thinks about it. It sounds like the same amber we've seen on all of the people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just kind of looks through.
The
There's
thing
more...
that Cortina touched. Yeah.
There's more notes, but let me see. Here, let me have her medicine roll really quick.
Cortina, you said it isn't really
Aha.
a disease as much as it is.
Can I guidance?
worse.
You can guidance. Cortina, though, yes.
When you touched that thing, you said it didn't really feel like a disease, but more like a curse, right?
Yes. A disease of the soul.
That's a good way to put it. You helped push Maya the right direction by basically guiding her like readings with what you find more interesting, and as a result, she manages eventually to push. Well, they haven't entirely been able to isolate what makes the substrate appear in comparison to the other cases, but they did discover. She kind of looks through. I think they found a cure.
That's it. That's what we need.
So they have not been able to isolate a cure or source for the black ichor, but they have been able to theorize backwards. Like they didn't use that word, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They were able to
Reverse engineer.
theorize. Yeah. I don't know if Laz would say. No, I think
Ellie
Laz would have
uses
that.
that.
Ellie would do that. Yeah.
Ellie usually says that when
Yes.
she's like doing poisons and she uses the mushrooms
So-
that she collects.
Sure.
There's a
yeah.
theory that the whatever tied the black ichor would potentially disappear if the source of the ichor were to disappear, though they don't know the source. In the inverse, though, they were able to come to this theory by knowing that whenever they had an amber source freshly emanated from a person, via defeating or eliminating that person, the amber source faded in all other instances. It's a patient zero holds the key to every other source by the looks of it.
So wait, we gotta track down the source of what's getting the king right now. That could be fucking
Yes.
anybody.
Well, true, but I mean, she kind of thinks about that too. But I mean, it's possible. If you can just find it down, you don't even need to cure everyone. If you look through, it says, here, let me see. When looking through all instances of people, on all sub-patients, she stops. Make me a perception check, Barrett.
You got it. Get my little D4. Oh, baby.
Oh! Barrett, you notice her eyes double take. She stops at a word she doesn't want to read. There's something there. Her face twists into something horrible. A second blow deep to her heart and her soul. This is the worst possible outcome for Maya. You can tell that something has shifted in her entire mind as she looks down at a page.
Can I see the book?
Right. She hands it up to you.
Can I assume it's a name of a person?
It's not a name, actually. There's no name there. Maya kind of stands up, and she sort of kind of stands up, puts her hand on the pillar. It's nothing. It's just when the patient, the primary subject 0 patient, is killed, the disease fades, as does all inherent properties and natures of it. Which she just kind of looks over. You remember the town? Lowborough? How they were all walking around there?
It'd wipe out the city.
She kind of turns over. It wouldn't inherently kill them all, but it would because it's them.
Wait.
The
whole town?
She kind of nods her head. They're 70 years old. They don't look a day over 20, 30.
Rapid aging would take over.
Everyone would die. Everyone who's been suffering conditions. Back in town, our people back, they've got this illness, but they've gotten other things. That won't go away. My mission's pointless, Barrett.
Fuck. There's gotta be something. Garthian, are you eating?
Taking a small bread from my bag.
There's gotta be more here. Come on.
Wait a second. We know that the source of the illness must be destroyed so that the patients are also neutralized from the curse, correct? Like Laz speaking directly to Barrett at this point.
That's what it seems like, yeah.
We do have records where Pain went. We can at least
isolate,
cut down.
And on top of that, Barrett, as you, I'll give this to you a part of your crit. You kind of flip back and close the book again, and you look at that name again. There's a smaller listing on the right side, which wasn't something you couldn't entirely understand. But it's in another language, but you think about it, that probably listed location, where the address or where the person could be found again. This Velasca, who seemed to have taken quite an interest in this book and the Veritas Legion and everything else. If there's anyone who might be tied to what's going on, it might be her.
We need to find this lady. Because I think you're right, Laz. If we can isolate the individual that the king, that was, where his sample was taken from, yeah, we're still going to have to kill that person, but I can't imagine the rest of the town is directly tied to them. You know what I mean?
Joseph kind of leans in.
Unless it's the main source, unless Pain, by some miraculous mean, by coming over here, managed to find a single entry point to the source of it all.
Joseph, yeah.
Laz stops, thinks about his sister upstairs, perishes the thought immediately, almost killing it by sheer conviction to his
Yeah.
mission.
Josen kind of leans forward and he whispers something specifically to you, Barrett. Now, I don't mean to be cruel-hearted, but our mission doesn't quite care about the people of this town, don't they? They're all sick and old anyways. Doesn't sound like this would kill the king. Just wake him up, right?
Our mission is to find a cure for the king.
Sounds like we get our mission done, right?
Barrett?
Josen just kind of leaves the thought hanging there.
Barrett ponders about it strictly for the reason of Jasper went through so much for them to get this information, and he's trying to figure out how far would Jasper go. And what
That's a fun one.
And what's concerning him is Jasper might do it. And he's like sitting there just staring at this book at the list of names. It's just like,
Here's the thing. They've lived a longer life than most get.
What?
I'm sorry, did I get two devils on my shoulder? Did this just happen?
I'm serious. They've lived I'll be lucky if I hit 70.
Is this living? Is what they had living? They're just stumbling around like zombies.
It's life of a form.
Oh, man.
Laz Quince.
Josen kind of like moves forward. No, miss, hang on. We're not saying we want to kill them. We're just saying that people, look, they seem so happy walking around the streets, you know?
Josen, you're not helping. You're not helping.
Is that actually living, though?
Exactly.
They're living in a daydream, but
They're...
But there are some that are cognizant, you know?
Sometimes in order to ensure a good crop, you have to burn the old.
Maya's just like, looks around. She just puts her hand up to her head. Enough. Right. Do whatever you want.
There's not a... We're not deciding on it yet. There's still research to be done.
Right, fine.
There's no clean answer here.
Here's where I think we're at. We have an answer. Just holds up the book. And we have one guarantee. You gotta stop eating, man.
Why, you want some?
No. Maybe. We have a solution.
it looks over at Maya.
It's not stellar. Because it's the many for the few. However, if this lady is able to point us in the right direction to the one that happened to be connected to the king, then we only need one. Is that agreeable?
You can't quite make out her face, obviously. It's mostly covered, but she kind of stares at you with a sort of a glare. She's just like, right, I'm hearing you. Fine.
I don't mind trying to find the needle in the needle stack, but
It's just,
there's a simpler way.
she just kind of looks down. Whatever.
You're also pragmatic when it comes to culling. It's very interesting.
Maya just kind of snaps her head back at you. A bit too interesting for my take. She kind of checks around, pulls out her bow, and looks around. I'm going to make sure the upper stairs clear.
Before you go, you've been with us more or less this entire time. What do you want? I think it's only fair that you get a full vote in this.
It's not just what I want. It's what the town needs. The South needs something. We need to win once. We need something. We can't just keep dying out here forever. Till no one cares, no one comes to help us. We sit in the swamps, we die, and then finally there's some kind of way out, and all that happens is more people from the north just decide, for the better of the world, that maybe all these people, they've lived long enough. There's nothing down here to save. It's just, I'm tired of it. I'm done. I want to save someone. I'm sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for.
I'll get myself under control. Still got a job to do.
Yeah.
Barrett looks back in the hole, and it's one of the few times he's like looking in the abyss and he feels it looking back at him. And the thing he hates most is he's like, you can't save everyone, but sometimes you can still be the hero. He doesn't want to admit it, but he's like, they're not living. They're not.
Yeah. Like Laz's,
yeah.
like in Laz's mind, those people are dead already. Like they all died the day the Sicklands began to spread and take over everyone. It's just shambling corpses. But what if there is a way to save them? If there isn't, okay, let's fucking press the button.
Yeah.
The mission over the lives of the many. I am ever loyal to the Ebon Ward, but what if there is a way? It doesn't cost us anything to look at.
Yeah.
More options, except maybe a little bit of
time.
Yeah.
I think what
Maya.
Oh, go for it.
Maya will depart now. She needs to get her act together.
Yeah. Barrett just kind of tucks the book away.
You know, the original Ebon Ward, way back in the day, this wouldn't even be a discussion. We'd be figuring...
They never asked us to cure the king. They asked us to find the cure. We have found the cure. We can take it back, and it will be not our problem.
Joseph, I'd rather like that option.
I remember hearing it somewhere, but doesn't the Ebon Ward have a communication system?
Yeah. Sort of. It's a little dicey.
I'm so excited for Will to talk to himself.
Could we maybe manage to engage with it? I know you are not a fan of sorcery, Barrett, sir, but I think an update to the higher powers may be necessary.
Higher powers? Joseph kind of snickers at that.
Here's the thing. If we try to contact the Ebon Ward, the only one we're going to be getting is Central. Okay? The only person present that would have the authority to make this call is Baron. I would like to talk to Duchess
Baron,
about this.
I can tell you exactly what he.
I can tell you too.
Yeah.
I'm not even from North.
Yeah, I know. I would
This
love.
ends one way.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to Duchess, but she's on a fucking beach right now. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Joseph kind of turns around. Well then, boss, seems like you're the one at high command. You are the end of the line, you know? So, it's all up to you.
Old Ebon Ward would have been finding how much oil they can get to set this town ablaze and just wipe it out. Hell, I remember there were discussions about it even like 10 years ago. We're better now. We try harder. We at least look. That being said, if we cannot find a clean cut from this, if we cannot make this surgically precise, we go scorched earth.
Does Maya know that you're better now?
Maya didn't know who I was before.
I mean, the organization.
No, probably
I'm
not.
saying you should be mindful you let her go.
Oh, sorry, Cortina.
I'm saying you should be mindful. She let her go in an unstable state.
Barrett looks. She's not around the corner, is she?
She's not, no.
She could very well be making her way back to town right now.
Joseph kind of speaks up. Could be a loose end, you know. I've been wanting us to deal with that stuff. Just saying.
We are not at that point. My main concern is we have someone alone in this library when we didn't finish off the fucking wizard.
Right, I'll go tell. All right, lads, let's go be the cavalry. All right, you all leave this room behind. Let me really quick for Cortina do a little thing.
When flipping through the book, does it ever at any point mention who Patient Zero is?
So I will give you that in 1 second. But as
Sure,
you all start to leave, Cortina, there's a small wiggle in your mind as you sort of depart here. You could have sworn something just told you goodbye as you wander up the stairs and then sort of feel that eminence from behind.
In the hole?
In the hole.
No, don't do it, Batch. No.
Batch, don't do it, Batch.
Don't do it, Batch.
Oh.
Who's there? I didn't know you could have a conversation.
It's silent. Here, give me a charisma roll.
Oh, you're good at those.
You dumped your
I did dump my
disease,
diseases,
so this is
so
not
it's
at disadvantage. Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Poor shy little creature. It only wanted to speak to you once. It didn't want to hold a conversation.
Unfortunate.
Mood.
We could have gotten you out of there.
Make me another charisma roll.
Oh no, why are you offering the whole...
Let's see.
No.
But silence. Offers go unheeded, and the library maintains its slave. All right. Anyways, we're gonna go up to the next floor though, as you stumble on out into the Violet Study. Here, let me just drop you here again. So
yeah, the oxes.
Where's my cows?
Is Maya actually just right there?
Oh yeah, no, hang on. Yeah, she's let me move. Yeah, you all stumble on out. Let me get some music playing really quick.
Laz looks at the cows. Is this what they call tonal whiplash?
Yeah.
I use my jump action and get on Lupescu.
Grab Jackson and throw him off the cliff.
He hits the ground and dies. What is so good? I think something just very quiet would be good.
Because like Laz currently is thinking, using his lay on hands on the people in Strabog, he did recover their consciousness in a way, but they're still not completely there.
Yeah. Also, Barrett, you were looking for, what was the piece of information you were looking for?
Because it was mentioning various people that were sick with this disease. Does it happen to mention Patient Zero?
Also, you see her over there. She's just kind of checking through books. She's moving rather frantically. The Patient Zero mentioned is expired. They would not be these. They mentioned how of the test subject they had, the first person that was kept in mind was a name you swear you have heard maybe once or twice before. It's sort of God. Trying to remember the exact name here. Let me go take another look.
Yeah.
All right. It's okay. You do piece through and Kozilski, that was it.
Kozilski. Okay.
Wait, we heard that name before, I think.
The Large?
Kozilski the Large.
There is something
You're
about
right.
that person that seems to have been listed, but then the kind of runs dead there after expiring. Everything sort of seemed to return.
If only the intro narration was canon.
If only the narrator existed.
Yeah. Barrett, like, notably makes sure his footsteps are loud, so it's not like he's sneaking up on Maya in case, like, she's, you know, trying to wipe away tears or something.
She kind of turns around. She seems to be in a sort of different state. She's already sort of passed out. A bit of redness in the eye, but now she seems a bit more just frantically looking around. Hey.
Hey. What you looking for here?
Anything. She kind of checks over.
Might help you if you narrow it down a bit.
Cures. Something. She kind of checks on. Stops. I don't even know why. It was quite clear. She sort of just puts the book away.
We still have the book on curses that Joseph picked.
That's right. I'll take a looky there. See if there's anything nice.
Time to do my roll of D20, grab a book. Get ready, Christian. Here it comes. I already grabbed the Tome of Beasts. Let's see what I have now. Hey, that's pretty good.
16 candles.
16 candles.
The Scarlet Letter.
Put that
The
back.
King in Yellow.
Oh, goodness. No way. Okay, I'll figure it out right now. I'll get that in the background, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
JoJo's
everyone in
Bizarre
line.
Adventure.
Okay.
Getting your cows.
You, part 5.
16, you said?
That's pretty
Yep.
good. Yeah.
Oh,
That's what
fungal
I was
crop
reading.
rotation for underground dwellers.
Yo, Cortina, I have something for you.
She can't read it!
Have Alrock read it for you.
So, Maya turns over.
Alright,
Anyways,
doesn't have eyes at this point.
there's no sign of him. I was sneaking around, trying to take a peek. No mysterious little wizard wandering around. Joseph kind of checks around. Right, well, we got the keys to this place in the future, so...
Yeah.
We got the keys to this place, points at last.
He kind of like, yeah, yeah. He's kind of like, it sounds like we got a mighty fine asset for the Ebon Ward out of this one.
What's
Something
the-
perhaps that, when put in right words, might redeem a poor sod like me who helped point it out and find it. Perhaps?
We'll keep it in our back pocket, sure.
Oh, thank you so much. You're such a generous man.
Just because you found a new hole doesn't mean you're out of the one you made, okay?
Laz is like cupping his chin. Maybe this would be a nice location to make Ebon Ward South again.
Honestly, well, we're so balls deep in the sick lands, though. Like it'd be so hard to like move out the team to go and.
Once we fix the problem, you know.
Yeah. Barrett turns over to
have to kill the
Maya.
town.
Yeah.
You'll have an empty town, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
We have a course of action we're taking first. We're gonna see if we can find this, Velasca lady. The Veritas Legion was always dabbling in bullshit, and I do recall some reports of biological weaponry. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they fucked around with stuff and there's another option.
Right, alright. Well, let's get going then.
Yeah. All right, everybody, round up. We're getting the hell out of here.
Righto.
Is
So-
Cortina riding an ox?
Yes.
Game
She's
is
telling the other ones to get in line.
I'm like in my head. I'm like, is Kazulski the Large and fucking Hodan? But I don't think the timeline matches up.
Yeah, that
I
was one of
honestly
my
don't
thoughts
know.
as well. I don't know who else the Large would be.
The Beeg. Like, and we don't even know who that fucker is because we wouldn't know what the narration Well, it was.
Unless Kozalski the Large is the thing in the hole.
Ha! So, I should mention, the book you have is pretty damn old.
Yeah.
This is what was mentioned, this thing, happened way before the Sicklands happened.
Okay.
Huh.
But whatever it was an isolated incident that seemed to end in an experiment and never got touched again until it was checked out 73 years ago.
By Velasca.
Mm-hmm.
Right before the Sicklands started?
Sicklands started 70 years ago.
Yep.
But okay.
Yep. Yeah. Barrett looks at that and is like, we gotta find
No,
this
before.
lady.
3 years before, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
3 years
Fuck.
before.
Bitch! Let's kill her!
Hold on, we're gonna get information first, then we can ice her, alright?
So, yeah, you all head on out.
God damn, you had 6 oxen left?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're just sitting around pooping in the violent study, you know.
Oh no!
Mm.
This used to be
Trying
a nice
to chew
library.
on the rug like grass.
Where's the one that gains sentience?
I think that's the one over here with very little health. The
Oh,
one that's
yeah.
staring off at a wall,
Explode?
sitting down. Maybe that one did explode. I don't remember. They were all
It's been a
expendable
bit.
in my eyes.
Several
so.
exploded.
Anyways, so, let me pull you back. No, that's a bit. That's too
That was
loud.
intense ass music.
So, you all, let's just get that Sicklands music going. So, now then, are you ready for the last map update?
Oh.
Ooh!
As you check across that town name,
Oh.
get out of there,
Oh.
Chimera,
Oh boy.
you saw the town on the way out listed, a rather larger one. This location is where you need to go. One of the many listed towns that was
Cross the
probably
fucking
destroyed.
river.
So
Mhm.
here's the deal, gang. We can go across the river and get there immediately, or we can take what is probably going to be like 4 or 5 days to loop around and then come back in.
Dude, that's more than 5 days. That's at least 2
That's
weeks. of
yeah,
travel.
that's crazy.
Well, here, let me lay out some paths for you.
Yeah.
You've got like 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh.
You have like a day, or you have
I see something
Like-
touching.
5 days, 6 days, maybe a week. Because
Alright.
remember, traveling through these
Spro-
dense spots are much harder and take much more time than the
Right.
King Road.
For you.
But getting in the water is bad.
It is very bad. However, the timeline has me worried. Because, like, fucking Pain could go, like, what if I just stabbed my dad?
Yeah.
Also, if you'd like to cut back,
I mean, she
to
is in
your group,
Leviara.
If you'd like to cut back to your
No, we don't have that.
station, I can tell you a bit more information. We can kind of talk it out in character if you'd like.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's...
Sure, yeah.
Because
So,
the
Mhm.
biggest factor that we need to know is, do we have like a big enough boat to move a squad across?
mm-hmm,
Because if we don't, then this is tits up already.
mm-hmm.
Where's Nash when we need him?
He could make a boat.
He could make a boat.
Oh,
That's
you
why
need
I want him
arc?
here.
Gonna need afternoon, okay?
Rolls 5 natural 20s in carpentry.
Changed my mind, made bridge. Easier.
Everyone loves Nash.
That bridge is like a
Nash
mile
is
long.
power.
Yeah.
All right, so
Be
let me
strong.
Let me just put you all back on Loboro map really fast.
I've never heard of this town before.
God.
Yeah.
It's probably
It-
just completely fucked.
On
Unlike
the other
the
side
last
of the
towns.
riverbank.
You have heard from a number of sources that the other side of the Loboro riverbank is much
Fucked.
worse. No one's ever gone there, at least as far as you're aware of.
At least no,
No
one
one
has
has
gone
ever
there
gone.
and come back.
No one has ever gone down by the river.
So, you start moving up back to the
Laz has his fucking halberd drawn out, like.
You end up heading back over to Lowborough. You move on up, and you all see Bear just sort of leaning against the wall out front. He turns over, sees you. Oh shit! Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah. Hey.
Thanks.
Anything happened while we were gone?
Not much. We got that fucking bird you sent us.
Yeah,
How you doing?
Cortina...
Pointing a little fucking crossbow at the little mushroom baby.
Why?
No, my baby.
Well, you said it might be bad. So, Cortina, you just go inside, and Eleanor, you hear her say, "Oh, hi," and then you come over, and then there's a mushroom baby there, and you can sense the figure next to you like stanced up.
I didn't see him there, so I walked past him.
Yeah. You go through, it's like, oh, wait, hang on. And then you go up and pick up the little baby as you stare directly at it. And it seems to have developed its tiny little mouth. And it goes out loud.
Yeah, his first words.
It's not a word.
Yeah. He's saying me, mama.
Oh, there. That's
Okay.
a word.
Yeah, that would.
I
count.
would not have given him the first one, but that's definitely it.
Yeah, I think his first word.
Wait, hold on. Maybe not. Actually, I might rescind it.
Listen. I think his first word is mop. That's what I'm getting.
First consonant.
Cortina, I sent a message back to the main group because, as you should remember, you weren't able to talk to Leshy inside of your head, and we theorized that he could have escaped to either Auroch or wherever you've been putting your diseases.
Putting things.
Oh,
Maybe
that's
he's right
actually
here.
a valid hypothesis.
Maybe he's
But-
this little guy.
Why would my father be calling me mama?
Barrett is
weird.
like slowly.
Yeah, that seems pretty weird.
Barrett's like
Barrett
reaching into his
pokes
jacket for a revolver. Like maybe I gotta blast this thing. I don't know.
If you blast it, spores will spread and you'll all be getting the new disease.
Auroch speaks up. I'm not sure I really feel too comfortable blasting it. I put a lot of work into
He is
that.
my son.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you did a great job, Elrock.
Thank you.
Cortina, do you have any ways of searching for your father?
You can sense him out
Time
pretty easily.
And some
You just-
dirt.
Yeah. You're holding the little mushroom guy, and you're sensing through. You can feel the cocktail of disease and terror in this thing, but not your father.
Yeah, he's not in here. But I could sense if he was somewhere in the environment, given enough time.
Please do.
Similar to the disease, the mycelium in the ground will allow me to contact with every part of me.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, if you do that
Cortina.
overnight, that'd be pretty good. Yeah.
That's a question. Do you think that over time you might be able to extend your senses to the whole of the sick lands?
If I focused on it long enough, I don't see why not. I don't
Do
think
you
I'd be able
think
to do
that-
anything else.
I was going to ask if you thought you might be able to, I don't know, hold some kind of mushroom war with the nature of the sick lands itself.
Eleanor speaks up. How long would it take to do something like that?
Probably a long time.
In theory, I could. Yeah, it would take a long time.
Ooh, like we're talking mushroom centuries?
How long are the mushrooms?
What is a mushroom century?
Mushroom.
I just call
It's
them
a long
centuries.
thing. Maybe I should just start calling them centuries too. All right, it's a thing. Don't worry about it. It just
Laz is just
right?
like.
I think the problem here is that this is definitely not a thing.
No, it totally is a thing. You just come on.
Sense motive.
Oh my god.
God,
No,
what is it?
anyways.
Insight.
Anyways, girl's trying to claw out from a cave right now, my man. You know it. You've seen this before.
Lady Eleanor wouldn't lie about something like this.
Yeah, see? Tani kind of speaks up. Am I going to be the first one to ask this? How'd it go?
Well, pretty decent.
We found 2 books.
Found $2. There were.
Actually, we found significantly more books, but we kept 2 of them.
Yeah, I was getting to that. We found a lot of books, but we kept 2.
We also found this. Laz pulls out the rad cloak of the one that didn't get exploded by a smite. And, like, tosses over to Tani. And this is the remains of one of the undead mages that were just floating around about in there, and hands the pot of ash to Eleanor.
Tani mutters, vampires. It
Yeah.
has to be. Where did you found this?
They weren't really vampires. They were a amalgamation of organs stuffed into a cloak, able to cast powerful spells.
So they were wizards.
We are presuming Veritas Legion, which raises many questions.
She kind of like scratches her chin. A canoptic magus?
A what?
A what?
It's she kind of she just like across. The Veritas used a number of horrible creatures, and as a part of my domain, I studied in some ways death, which brought me to the undeath. A canoptic mage is it's a remnant of a magic entity that's been combined together, valuable organs pickled and stored inside of a robe and robbed of free will in order to act towards a greater purpose.
A puppet.
A puppet. It's not something strictly done by Veritas, but it was invented by them.
That does align with what we know of the Valeska one.
Someone, you have a name, Valeska? Who's that?
Some
Apparently
lady.
an old magic researcher.
Yeah.
And or main lead to what may be the solution. Well,
We found the solution.
brutal solution of this problem.
Yeah. I'm not going to go into deep details. We have a route that requires more investigation, but also a guarantee.
Also, if we are to talk about things more in depth, I wouldn't mind doing such outside the bounds of the city. Laz says, like, scouting for
Right, fair.
Maya's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like the kind to keep a close eye on strangers who wandered in.
Yeah. But first things first, we're going to try and figure out where this Velasca lady is. Because, it's a shot in the dark. She might be the cause of all of this.
Or closely related to it.
Everyone
Either
kind of-
way, she has a finger in this mess and
everyone
will
sort of-
respond to it.
Everyone sort of looks across. Baird in the back. Oh shit, we can finally go home soon.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Eleanor kind of gets up. Right. She sort of moves on over. Then what do we have to do? Where do we have to go?
This is where it kind of sucks ass.
Do we have a table? Laz like comes over here, breaks off the shelf, dumping all the books in the ground.
What the fuck,
Uh,
man?
Grabs
In your house.
grabs this little bench. Like,
What are you doing?
grabs this little table thing.
What is wrong with you?
There's absolutely
Puts-
better things that we could have done.
You could have
Yeah,
just put it
I
on
know.
the floor.
Puts
Joseph
the little
comes with you and then pulls out a bit of sovereign glue to help you put it together,
Yeah.
using this magical item to
yeah.
make the greatest
Make-
table ever.
makes this. Can I roll for carpentry?
Roll for carpentry right now. Monstrous. You know, I'll let you roll advantage because Joseph's helping.
If you fuck
Let's
this up, I
fucking-
will do it begrudgingly because my skill is
okay,
my skill
okay.
set is
13.
amazing.
It's a good
With a
table.
mid-table.
It's an alright table. It's a mid table.
It's a mid table, but it works. Laz reaches into his pack, takes out the map, and spreads it over the improvised table.
Great.
What the hell?
Yeah. Thank you for making us the Knights of the Mid Table. This is
You could have put that on the floor.
I don't want to put my map on the floor. It's dirty.
Yeah, I guess just put everything else on the floor.
Eleanor, we have a table now, okay? Let's just group up, huddle.
Not my house.
goddamn cats leaking out.
Yeah, I know, it's not your house. That makes it that much worse.
How is that a defense? No, no, hold on. I know we have other shit. No, we're gonna talk about manners right the fuck now.
Please. We're doing something important right now.
I live in a tree in the swamp, and I have better house training than this.
Don't be rude. That was my responsibility. Don't be rude. It's
Bad
fine.
parenting.
It's not our table. Shut up.
Little brother, do you see that? Never be like that.
Okay. First things first. It's not our table because it's not a table. It's just shit you broke and put together.
It is serviceable as a table.
Arguably, this is nobody's stuff. The person who owns it is probably dead by now.
Maya outside crying.
Bonnie's just like, please don't be rude.
Okay.
The dead owe their belongings just the same. This is honestly grave robbing at this point.
Yeah, you never know when they're going to come back.
I don't think we need to be. No, this is. Come on, it's what's done is done. What do you want? Look, Josen helped. Oh, don't drag me into this, all right?
No, you dragged yourself into this.
No, I didn't drag myself. Look, hang on.
Would you rather I break it?
I have a thing in my brain that tells me to be your friend, and to be your friend, I have to do things when it's just. I do weird things now. I don't like it.
I let go of that when I summoned the cows.
I mean, hey.
I can only concentrate on one thing at a time.
Everyone calm down for a second. Hey, Lass.
Yes.
Did you, make me have a chair, too?
There's one right there, grab it! And it's a nice fucking chair, got it!
I don't want to have to lift that in here.
You son of a bitch, I'll kill you! Bear's shaking him!
This is the most the party has argued in this campaign.
This is the part where I'm done with you. I'll fix the sick lands myself. Sad music as Barrett's walking in the rain.
We're all breaking down. This is it.
This is our line.
Yeah, Laz finishes unfolding the map and putting little stones to hold it in place while everyone is arguing around him. He has a little smile on his face and he's humming.
Eleanor's like, oh, I know that song. She hums along and starts putting stones in places.
Well,
you guys thought I was a fucking terrorist.
To sour the mood, we will have to cross the riverbank.
Yeah.
Eleanor's like,
yeah.
Oh, well, how do we want to go about this? I mean, we could go under it. That's totally possible.
Wait, what?
Huh?
She kind of blinks. Yeah. I mean, we found all of that water breathing equipment.
Oh, fuck.
That would still entail going under the water. I don't like water.
How deep does it go?
And correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Maggie out there?
Sure is. It's her main hunting ground. Laz fishes out the journal. I think it's actually with Barrett, the journal that Hagi had to see if he has any data on the depth of the local water bodies.
It can go pretty deep at parts, but it is also possible to there are actually, you look through Hagi's and there's some notes, but one of the things is one of the notebooks that contained the information about the breathing tactics, the breathing potion recipe, did mention shallow ports in the water. There are sandbars and other shallow places in the river that are possible to traverse without going too far deep. You wouldn't even lose sunlight.
I just don't like the idea of going underwater with heavy armor. Forgive me.
Yeah.
Well,
Breathe or not, there's things in there.
She kind of thinks about it. Well, the way I think of it, we do have a few options here. So let me help to try to run down them. And now let me bring you back over here. As she kind of looks across. So I've been doing a little research while you were out there, and just as a general thing, those rats seem to have a lot of activity down in this direction if you were to go this route. And generally they seem to be very, very focused on the southern side of the river, along with even the some ways surrounding Lowborough.
Have we killed enough of them?
Imagine 3 weeks of killing more rats.
Oh, we don't have that kind of time.
She kind of like looks across. Yeah, in regards to killing enough of them, they breed like rats, so it's apparently
Is that a
Brand has
saying or
been
something?
killing them for 70 years, and his personal kill count he's lost track of, and it hasn't even made a dent. But she kind of checks over. I mean, if we did go down, I do think I have the materials in order to provide some protection for potential waterborne pathogens. Though I'd only be able to give it for 6 people. We have enough materials to make the journey safely besides what would be underneath. Which that would be up to whoever goes to deal with, I suppose. And then we could go around the way of Fort Low. It seems like sort of a middle ground option, but it also kind of seems like it's just the worst of both roads, because then you have to go over water very briefly, and you also have to go through the sick lands. So I'm not really sure what the best option is here. I don't think we have time to go a long way.
No.
But she kind of checks over. Barrett, I think you should be the one to make the call here. After all, you've got us all out here safely so far.
Listen, let's make one thing clear. I didn't get us out here safely. That was a team effort. Okay.
Aww.
Yeah.
Barrett kind of tweaks up. Aw, Chief, you're making me blush.
Sit in your chair.
It was a team effort, and you did nothing.
Hold on. As much as we shit on Baird, he has been an excellent scout. Let's just be real.
I did do that thing.
Yeah. You also did almost turn into bone mulch.
Fuck, man, okay. Yeah, it's my fault.
No, I didn't say that was your fault.
I took that into account, and he has been a net negative. Even with all the good that he may have done.
Oh, you shut up. You've always hated my ass.
I will kill you. I will cut you. I will cut you from navel to neck. If
you better watch yourself when you're sleeping tonight.
Cortina
Believe me, I'm
raises her hand.
sleeping with one eye open.
Cortina raises her hand. Yeah?
About how long would it take to cross that larger channel?
The larger one?
Yeah.
Well, I imagine it's hard to count for walking underwater, but I imagine it only would take about a day since reaching shore.
What about running on water?
I don't think there'd be too big a difference. Maybe shave off a couple hours.
I could provide a way for us to walk on the water that would allow more people to travel.
It would also grant us some degree of stealth from the things that are deeper under the water.
I also have inflatable shoes, so I can do that.
Weird,
Well, that's
flexible
pretty good.
man.
I'm just saying I could do it.
Well, that seems like a great solution then, yeah.
I should make it clear that the surface of the water isn't much safer than the bottom, because anything that's under it will be able to see the shadows above. And giant crocodiles do love to just hang about on the surface of the water, or at least they did before Maggie ate them all.
In all fairness, giant crocodiles are all over the place here.
Yeah, we don't
You
have
can
to
run into them
necessarily
on
go
the
on the
land.
water.
You could run into them in a bush.
The yeah, no. As you sort of consider that, Abudin kind of speaks up. He's like, I was going to say as well, hunting without visibility over the things that might be hunting you is a bit dangerous. We would make
That's
quicker
true.
progress walking above, but things beneath would have a better chance of ambushing us.
I mean, if we're underwater, we can't talk to each other. So if
And
someone...
we also can't see. I doubt we'll be able to see much better.
Yeah, and here's the biggest thing. If we're walking in a line and someone in the back gets nabbed, we will have zero fucking clue.
What about a big catapult?
I suppose,
What about a big catapult?
That's a hell of a catapult.
Hold on now.
Well, if we did the middle ground, then we could go above and then just be ready to dive beneath if a fight starts. How long does your thing last? Kind of points over at Cortina.
I'd have to cast it multiple times.
Then we'd be lower on resources when we got there.
We'd be lower on resources if we took a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
Weird question.
Mm-hmm.
There are huge ballista, right?
Yes, on the town edge, yes.
Okay.
Not far enough is the answer I think you're going to need for if you're thinking about launching something.
How do I launch myself
No.
and my dog,
What?
and then I'll jump off my dog, make it to the other side?
Unless you're thinking of doing a little...
Like
repurposing.
Yoshi?
What?
Yes.
So the thing I was considering, if we can find enough resources to do it, is if we can fire to the other side, have a wire connected to it, and then I'm a crafter, I could try to make us like a powered up zip line to just go over the top of the water. We never touch it.
We could do
Uh,
it
But
So-
the
really
distance
far,
is
though, right?
the
Yeah.
distance
Yeah.
is insane though.
That is
Yeah.
so. The best way to put it is that might work on this path, the like long one that you go through, because
Yeah.
the water is very slim there. But it would not work at the central path.
Yeah.
We could pull a Tears of the Kingdom and just get gliders.
You'd have to haul that thing, however.
Is there a way we could freeze the water over?
That's a lot of magic.
But it's a lot of magic.
It is
magic
winter.
than to walk on it.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
How potent is the Arbitrator of Winter?
Oh. I have no
Hmm.
idea. I mean, he did.
That's a
freeze stuff, right?
ballsy idea.
That's ballsy as hell. I like it.
I'm just saying, if we wanted ice to cross the river, we'd have to, but we'd be running away from an ethereal horse for hours.
Yeah.
For at least a whole day.
I mean, I'll be fine.
So if we did that, we would be running for hours. And didn't he also like teleport away to different existences at points? Wouldn't the ice just stop when he did that?
I mean,
I could bind him to this plane.
We don't
Oh,
even know if he
God.
would freeze the water he stands
Yeah.
on.
I mean, oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, he's swimming after us.
Joseph kind of speaks up. Like, arbitrator, when who's that?
we had a run-in with this guy. That
An entity.
He's
yeah,
kind of like the guy I fought.
yeah.
Oh, you seem rather friendly, the one you thought.
This one was less so.
You ripped off my arm.
You got better. I guess you did.
Laz like summoning the ghost arm for a second.
Yeah.
The numbers are not great. Every time we've encountered these things, someone has lost something.
That's true.
Just
Oh, yeah,
speaks
how's
about
your
that for
eye?
a bit, but doesn't really comment.
You had your
I
eye when we left.
I ate it.
I'm saying that everyone
What?
here saw you
Oh.
and didn't realize you lost your eye.
Yeah.
What?
Believe me, I realized that I lost it.
Oh God, is that why your gas mask was cracked-ish?
Oh, it's still pretty broke.
Yeah, let me. While
That's
we're,
strange though. It doesn't. I don't seem to be as like. I don't know. Like, I don't seem to be quite as sickly feeling as I would have expected.
Eleanor kind of perks up and looks a little worried and immediately comes on over to you and is going to do a medicine check. She just starts grabbing at your arm and stuff. Hang on.
I'll guidance that. Why not? Just help her out.
She kind of checks. This is going to turn into a process. She'll need to take some time, but she kind of keeps chatting. I hope you don't mind if I just talk while doing this. All right, so I think I have a better criteria to make this. How desperate are we for time?
It would be nice.
Yeah. We're always looking to hasten the journey through the sick lands.
I, for one, have enjoyed my time with my new friends.
Of course, Cortina.
Nice.
But I would love nothing more than to be able to take you to the beautiful shores of Leviara.
Sounds awful.
Well, you might like it.
The sights are, well...
It's a little touristy, but, you know.
Mr.
It's
Cardian, Alrock speaks up. You shan't lead a girl on like that. Don't take her to the beach after doing what you did. It's disgraceful.
Hey, I'm sorry.
What did I do?
This white knight,
Listen,
literally.
Listen here, Alrock. We're not the ones with a kid out of wedlock, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Whoa, hold on there.
You don't know
Jeez.
that we're not married.
Alrock turns over to you very quickly and then kind of turns away, and you can't make out any facial expression. And he's just
Insight! Guidance!
I love having Ward.
I don't care.
Oh man,
This is some peak Evan Ward energy.
yeah. So, Eleanor's just like, all right, how about, look, I can get us mostly safe in terms of moving through the water. It's dangerous, but so is moving through the woods.
What if...
It seems like unless we went the really long way, which we're marking out, we have a risk at any point to get attacked by the big thing, the Maggie, that one. I mean, the chances of it being at either point at the specific time we cross is minimal.
Low.
Yeah, but that also makes it seem like it'd be the same no matter which way we went, as long as we're going to the river.
Could run a distraction.
Yeah, I suppose
That's
so.
true, we do have Baird.
Oh, fuck you.
We do
That
have
all you got?
explosives.
Got another?
I'm done with you, man. I'm not even gonna fucking. I'm not even gonna fucking fall to this shit anymore.
Laz summons the bird. Buddy.
God.
Yeah, I mean, if we can distract Maggie, I mean, that could be really useful, but...
The way I think about it,
I mean,
the sick lands is impossible to plan for. So whatever we can do, we'll just have to do it when we get there, and it pops up.
that is very much surreal. And even if we did get a boat, does anyone even have any sailing experience? That's what I thought.
I mean, I have some sailing experience.
Yeah, I feel like by default, Carthian would have some.
You would, Yacht Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
My father's yacht.
Don't worry, guys. I'll power walk through the
that is
I'm
the,
immune to water.
that is the question, though. Do we have a boat big enough and hopefully fast enough to get us across this in a timely manner?
With a little bit of time, we could build a raft.
Ooh, I don't like the idea of just a little raft.
Most wood in the Sicklands is rotten, anyways.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't. We might be able to get like a little canoe, but
Huh.
Surely
no.
Maggie
walking
would
is better
swallow
than
that in one
canoeing.
bite.
yeah. So wait, wait a minute. Maggie mostly hunts surface now, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't we
She
potentially
mostly
just
ate everything else that was in the water.
Oh,
Wouldn't she sort of not be even underwater at this point?
She goes underwater to rest, and she does have a bad habit of dragging her prey down into the water, chewing on them a little bit, and then leaving them on the surface for some reason.
Probably to
if
attract more
she
prey.
ate everything that's underwater, then that means we'll probably be okay to go underwater.
That's
You know, that's
the
a great
thing.
point.
It is.
It actually might be
but
much
then-
safer than we expect underwater. Besides
But,
the big thing.
My
yeah,
guns
but
don't
then you
work
have to
under there.
consider.
That's
But
fair.
then you have to consider the fact that whatever survived Maggie underwater is about as much of a problem.
Right. I got one question.
Sure.
What's a Maggie again?
It's this. I mean, you know better than me, lads. It's like a humongous lizard, yeah?
Yeah, it looks like this. Like, Laz brings out a drawing he had made, like, much earlier in the campaign when people asked what Maggie looked like. Like, this silly-ass drawing. Laz is not a good artist. Like, it's more or less like this. It's really large, really aggressive, really territorial. Has
Oh.
killed mostly everything else in the water.
Looks like a
And
swimming
around
giraffe.
Yeah, which side is its head? No, you're looking at its tail, right?
No, I think it's got like 2 tails. That's interesting.
We
Eleanor
all-
speaks up again. Barrett,
Yeah.
I think you should come to a conclusion soon. Before we...
Kill each other.
Okay.
Man, I'm actually in a very I don't know.
Uh-huh.
These
I say we go with the most dangerous one.
That is the most fun one, obviously.
Rat Town.
Yeah,
I
I
need
think the middle for content, but also
Yeah, I
for
think middle for
expert.
content.
We can't take much longer in the Sicklands because I feel like we are already past the main crew in Leviar, like off-game stuff, and stuff's about to go down over there.
Yeah.
We need to conclude this mission before the world explodes, you know?
Yeah.
Then let's just kill this town.
Well, there's more content.
Plus, we don't know the source. We can't kill the town.
Yeah, also, like, how anticlimactic is that? It was like, we're gonna go save the Sicklands.
It would be so base.
Actually, it's a wash.
Awesome.
I mean,
so,
it is
would be pretty cool.
an option. I would follow through with it.
I know you would.
Don't.
That's a problem. We all would.
Yeah! Look, Ebon Ward sent their squad. Sent their...
Some kind of suicide squad.
So, I do like the middle option as well. That's pretty good. And honestly, I'm liking the direction you guys are going.
Yeah.
Yeah, middle road sounds fun.
Middle road is the best course of action. Really, the last decision we have to make is: are we going under or over?
Mm.
Or both.
And who are we bringing with
Yeah.
us?
If
I
we're going
mean-
underwater, then I can provide protection for 6 people, which, if those 6 go,
Who's talking?
Ellie.
Okay.
If there's any other protections people could give, we could do it, but that might drain on others'
We
abilities.
have a
to-
hat of water breathing.
I got
Yeah.
shoes.
I could
I
let 10
have
people-
a dog that can't breathe underwater.
Let's give him a little hat.
I can allow for 10 people to walk on the water.
Jesus.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Also-
I think walking over is probably just a better choice.
Wait,
Also, I just intend to fly.
You can make 10 walk, huh?
Yes.
Where are the rats?
A rat raft?
Oh no, make the rats walk on top as bait!
Yeah.
Oh, you know,
That's just a
that's
boat.
Totally possible. Though you'd have to go
Oh.
back to Fort Low to get them, and then bring them
Oh
back safely
no,
through
that's
Lowborough.
so
Yeah,
far.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
Hey,
We
you know
don't-
what? You know what though?
We don't
if
need
you really-
rats as much
yeah.
as I just need bodies.
Yeah, like you could just find.
Yeah,
You
we
have
just
plenty of
full
those.
things.
We have
Zombie-
plenty of bodies.
Yeah,
Like-
zombies. You could use a summon, but zombies are more efficient. Like you have the options for this. You could
Like,
have a top level and use that as bait, and then lurk at the bottom, stealthing through. And
the
honestly,
thing-
your plate won't give disadvantage on stealth when you're under water. Like, I mean,
yeah.
no.
The thing with I dig the zombie idea because we have the massacre that happened over at the castle.
Yes, you
Quick-
could just
Quick
walk a
question
horde.
to you, Cortina.
Yes.
How much weight can your zombies carry?
Well, a zombie
don't-
has a stat line of 13 strength. So that means in 5e terms, their carry weight based off their strength is multiplied by 15. So each zombie can carry a total of. I'm just gonna get a calculator instead of doing this. I'm feeling lazy.
I respect that.
Mm-hmm. So that means each zombie can carry 195 pounds, and if you got 10 of them, that's carry like 1,950 pounds or something probably.
How much gunpowder we got?
Ooh, baby, let me go pull up the drive really fast.
Is it time for the Cortina and Barrett team up?
We have access to the castle. They did have firearms in there, meaning they probably have gunpowder.
Yeah.
They do, and
they don't have to carry it. They can just eat it.
No, they are still wet inside, and wet gunpowder doesn't go off.
Not if they've been dead for a certain amount of time. Like, things will dry up pretty quick.
The war
Not
happened,
completely, but you know.
The battle happened 2 hours ago, max.
All right, so you have 2 exploding gifts and 10 explosive flasks currently on your person. That's how much the gang made with the resources they had at the start. And you could go rummage up a few barrels of gunpowder from the castle, for sure. It'd just take a day.
Oh,
But like, you already probably want to rest before you go anyways.
Yeah,
so you'd probably grab that, go back, rest, and then go in the morning.
You know, we can actually have there's like 6 people who just did nothing while we were up at the place.
You could rest.
They can go get the stuff while we rest.
Yeah,
it's pretty cleared out over there after you got the guy. So yeah, they could go do that, and then you guys could rest.
Because if we put the water walking on the zombies, we load them up with all of the various explosives. Maggie's gonna swallow them whole. I have Fireball. So
we blow her up from the inside, she's dead. Like, like fuck her HP, she's dead.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'd have to wait for her to like open her mouth, but like it is doable.
I like it.
Tawny, don't you also have some kind of rune that can be?
I used as many of them as I could with the resources we had. I made a few different ones. I could continue to make some more if we have some fresh resources.
No, I'm thinking about a fire one to ignite the explosives.
Oh, that? Yes,
Can you make a different trigger for it?
Yes, I could. I think you did just grab some gems, which I'd need for the process, so I could make up one of those.
Laz grabs the fucking fire elemental gem he found.
Oh, not that. Oh my goodness. Here, I'll try. I can try to do something with that.
I mean, this would probably work too. Laz takes out the Tome of Beasts he found.
She takes some and looks. I'll get to work.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to break. We have a plan.
Yeah.
I'm going to break character for a second. And we're going to... All the stuff you said will happen. Your group will find... 2 things of gunpowder barrels left that were intact inside of the fortress. Total, after combining them all together. And you have your other stuff. You can set that up with the zombies. So, that is the plan. We're decided on that. And now I can say this. Finally wanted to say this. I've been waiting a long time to say this.
Oh boy.
Before you continue on this path, is there anything else you would like to do?
Yeah.
Well, did I find my dad when I plugged into the ground?
Yeah, we can do that RP a little later, sure. You can do that before you sleep. But yeah, we'll get on that. Anything else?
How about
we should decide, are we bringing the NPCs to the most dangerous part of the game?
You can bring 2 people with you underwater without getting diseases, and obviously you could heal up more if you took more by just using a few resources.
I think Maya would like to come along with us.
Probably so. Like, honestly, You can figure out your gang. Everyone, well,
Probably
okay.
for the best that we bring Maya anyway,
Yeah.
so she doesn't snitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
And Josen.
Yeah, you can bring anyone from camp with you at this point. That's totally fine. You probably should at least bring a few people with you. It's balanced for them in mind.
Fucking let's take Hilo.
I was gonna say, like, Hilo wouldn't even need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got we just have a big
Hilo and
we don't
Hodan
need
would
to-
not need anything.
Yeah, we don't need to account for any sort of like food or anything they would need.
True.
Yeah.
And Hoda needs more RP time.
Yeah.
Let me think.
So there's a couple more things that I'm able to provide. It would be my a couple of my third levels, which is rough, because I wouldn't get fireball and whatnot, or dispel magic or any of that jazz. I do have glyph of warding, which is where I can place a sigil on an object or whatever, and then there is a.
Yep, that's
yeah.
what Tani used.
Oh,
That's what she's going
excellent.
to use as well. Yeah, so you don't even need to waste a spell slot on it. If you don't, well, it's not even a waste if you do it ahead of time. But yeah,
Right. No, that's huge.
keep in mind that's costs 200 gold worth of gems. You have currently, if I check correctly, about like I'll check how much you have and how much options you have there. But
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, I'm fine with burning the money.
Yeah.
Well, I actually apparently I have like 1,700 gold. Apparently.
Oh yeah, you have you guys have total from camp 9,727 gold.
Holy shit!
750 gold piece gems, 900 gold piece gems. So I'll figure out combining that up how much glyphs you could make and how much other spells you can make. if you did
Honestly,
that.
we really only need like one or two of them to have the glyph, because then once they get nabbed by Maggie, it'll activate and it'll detonate all of them.
Yeah. So that's 1,250 in gems. Keep in mind, if your spells have a gem component, I am keeping track of that.
Yeah, for
so,
sure.
If you want to cast a spell that requires gems, you might want to take from that.
And then Cortina,
Especially like Cortina, you might need some of those.
yeah, Cortina.
If I need to bring somebody back from the dead.
It's true.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So Cortina, do you have water breathing? Because I technically have that as.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back.
On the positive side, it's a ritual.
Mm.
I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Oh, wow, that's really good. Okay, that's wouldn't burn a spell slot then. Okay.
Yep, it just costs money.
So
That's
we're-
the thing.
Yeah.
Did we decide on who we were bringing?
How many do we get to bring?
6 altogether. So 4 of us.
Altogether,
Yeah.
yeah, and 2 of them. Or if you find a way to bring more, I'm totally fine with that. But this is the easy way without having to figure out your own method of bringing. And then like Hilo and Hodan would not count.
Yeah.
They don't need to worry about it.
So Maya and one other.
Probably Josen, right? Like
Yeah, it
Yeah,
has to be
yeah, I
Josen.
think so.
Mhm.
He is extremely knowledgeable in magic shit,
Yeah.
which I feel like we're going to be running into a lot of in the magic bastard
Yeah.
tower or whatever the fuck we're going.
As much as I like
if-
Tawny, we can't bring Tawny. She
No,
will.
she'll-
Tawny
she'll
will
die.
die.
Yeah. She'd be useful for
Yeah.
a bit, but that's about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Useful after,
Laz,
too.
Laz will want to talk to Allie before leaving. That's more or less all I have.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Then that sounds like everything there really quick. Sure. Here, you know what? I'll start with you, Laz. As we're gonna, what it's gonna do, you're gonna be offering your assistance a little bit for them carrying shit back,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, that'll be the case. Anyone
As
else
you
got?
would.
Let me just start loading that one. But yeah,
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
I think you're pretty good. Yeah, honestly, it's not like you don't need to make something up. It's more just the like, yeah, after this, you're not going back to Lowborough for a quick detour. This is a one way
maybe
trip
ever.
till the end of the game, or maybe ever. Who knows?
Yeah.
Last save, you know.
Oh man.
If we wipe, we show up back here.
I'm really debating what things to bring.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can keep thinking about it too while I do this scene really quick.
Yeah.
So, Lass,
Me.
you are helping carrying a bunch of crates for Eleanor as she sort of like standing by, just kind of keeping her head held high, away from the
Bread stench
absolute
of death.
yes. As she's like, oh jeez, okay, well, this stinks.
Not a pretty sight.
Not a pretty one, but I mean, it's not like a ugly sight is something that I'm not prepared for as part of this whole thing. But God, it stinks. I wasn't ready for that.
Laz, like a ghost hand appears, takes out a handkerchief from his bag and like hands it to her.
A single hand comes out, expending its use and soul as it reaches forward, grabs a handkerchief, and hands it to her, and then vanishes and passes on. As she takes it, it's like, oh, thanks.
I love that she just accepts it. Like, yeah, I guess he can do that now.
Yeah. So, oh gosh,
I've
we're
learned
almost
quite
done
a
with it.
bit
Yeah?
about myself in there.
That's
Who this body belonged to in the past.
She kind of checks over. What?
Yeah.
What about
It was a prince, the third of his lineage.
a prince?
At least his name, Cesare the Third.
Huh?
Doesn't really match with the face, if you ask me.
Not really. Oh, I think I
much
prefer
rather
you
the
as.
name you gave me.
I think I prefer you as not being a prince. The prince just kind of sounds a little nasty. I don't know.
And nasty it seems he was. Not a single positive thing was. I found nothing. Not a single good thing about a person.
She kind of
In
steps
fact,
forward a bit.
many bad things.
Ooh. Well, I guess. Cheers that the prince is dead and we got Laz instead. That's great.
Oh, I don't know if he is dead. I felt something trying to creep back in when I went in there. And the man also had some unfinished business, it seems.
Oh.
He too, well, he was the paladin. He was the paladin of Ladom that gave me my powers. And I too am somewhat bound by his oath. Thankfully, it is an oath I can follow through with without any moral dilemmas. He wanted revenge against the people who did this to the Sick Lands.
He's a bad person, but at the very last moment he wanted some kind of revenge for this. Maybe some kind of tragic figure, huh?
Maybe a fool. Who knows? He left behind a little sister.
Oh.
She's currently manning the throne, if you will.
I bet
her mind was
feels...
taken away from her by the same disease that we're trying to find a cure for.
Bet that feels complicating. Well, how do you feel about that? I mean, after all, like, you didn't make that oath. You didn't make any of these oaths.
Laz, like, stops for a bit, stops hauling the crates. I don't know. I know it wasn't me who did whatever this prince did. I know his crimes are not mine to bear. But I do feel like there is some responsibility that I try to fix his mistakes.
She kind of thinks about that for a bit.
I do not want the problems he caused to keep hurting people. And if at the very end he chose to swear vengeance upon the people who destroyed this land, then I am more than happy to follow through with that oath. But my oath is mine and mine alone, and that is to protect you and to protect the Ebon Ward.
She kind of smiles.
Make no mistake, Lady Eleanor. I am loyal to you first, the Ebon Ward second, and nothing else. Need I burn this entire town to accomplish our mission, I will. albeit I do not want to. I want to find a better way.
She kind of, well, I guess you know how to make a girl feel special. She says a bit half-heartedly, she's sort of thinking about that. No, but seriously, look, I can totally get it. And you're in a circumstance I don't think many other people can relate with. You're doing a good thing by pulling through and living this legacy, but she kind of thinks about it. You know, I think I have a story that I might be able to tell about this. I know it's a bit weird to reply to all this with a story. After all, this is very much happening now, but...
Like, Laz puts up his hand. I do always love to hear your stories.
You sort of shift slightly with the boxes and then quickly grab it again after putting the hand up. She kind of laughs at that for a second, and then a little hand comes and pokes and holds the top out from above you, and then she's like, all right, so this is a story that my mother told me. So originally, my mother was from the South. At least that's what she said. But not directly. Her ancestors came from here. She told me a story about what it was like to be a witch. How living in this place, she sort of said that in some ways, being a witch was the most magical thing that could happen to you, and also the worst. So your own practicing of magic far off in this way, the entire thing's more just a term people used for someone who practiced magic to make it sound more mysterious and more, I don't know, evil, I guess. But being blessed with magic, finding yourself skillful in the use of the craft, would bring you to so many wonderful discoveries, things that would change your life, new perspectives, and all sorts of beautiful things out there. And as a responsible part of that, you come with a responsibility to take those secrets and that knowledge and go out there and do your best with it. And that's what I try to do. But the other part of it was how sometimes being a witch meant that people didn't look at you like you were human, I guess, depending on the person, superstition, all that stuff. And so
yes,
when it comes to life and death and the people that you care about, sometimes a witch has got to do something bad. And when a witch does something bad, that just, she kind of thinks about it. Well, people get exactly what they believed in. Yeah. But the prejudice was already there. It's not our fault. We didn't get to choose most of the time if you're born with some magic gift or have some sort of inclination, or you pick up something because you want to help someone. It's not really your fault that other people just misunderstand you and start treating you that way. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, you have all this stuff, all these oaths that you've made or are made in the past around you, and just I guess try to do good things. And if you have to do a bad thing, I won't hold it against you, as long as you were trying to do good while you were doing it, I guess. It's hard, it's complicated, but at this point, that's sort of just what the Ebon Ward is. We're trying to do good, and sometimes we fail. And the only thing we can do about it is do better next time.
That is a very, for lack of a better term, simplistic way of viewing things.
She kind of checks it across as like, if you try to believe in something super complex, then I think you'll end up failing that much quicker than something this simple.
Last chuckles a little bit. You know, I am glad that I met you. I'm glad you're the one that saved me. There's no one in this world I would rather serve. And there's no one in this world I would rather fall in love with. Thank you, Eleanor.
Sorry, the timing on that is so funny. Look a bit south.
Yeah.
Moving up, Baird's just like hauling a body forward, Abidun is kind of
this
moving
is
up as
perfect
well.
for Laz. This is perfect for Laz. Laz, the man with zero awareness of his
Yeah,
surroundings.
I was like, man, look at all this shit. Like, there's
Laz kicks a corpse while saying that.
She stops. She's like blinks. Oh gosh, Laz, don't. No, not right now.
Absolutely right now. I noticed it after I said it. You know, you can sit on that. we have some hauling to do.
Wow, crazy shit. Well, you know,
Hey, at least you didn't see the arbitrator in there.
Yeah, he's hauling a big crate with they have 6 bodies carried in it so far. It's just like, oh yeah, hey, you want here's a fucking wedding gift. He pulls out an arm from the bag and it's like,
we're really
romantic.
close enough
How about
to
a
hear
bouquet of flowers?
We're we close enough to hear that.
That's a good question. Let me hang on. Perception check for Baird. Okay, you know what? No, he just pulls up. Right, all right, getting going. He's like, you want an arm, buddy? You hungry?
I don't eat people. Eleanor will get mad at me.
That's a rat.
Dubious middle ground. Ellie stunned in the back.
She moves up and pulls on your ear and just pulls you back for a second. She's like, stop. You can't just say that and walk away. You're gonna go off and die or something now.
I won't. And what's wrong with you? You always tell me to say the truth.
She kind of rubs her forehead. She's just like, okay. I
read it. I read about it in the book. I know it's complicated for most people, but it's simple. But
I know. Okay,
look, you can sit on it for a bit. I'm not gonna die.
It is complicated. Oh, well, okay, fine. I'll think about it. You need to make me an oath right now that you won't die.
Oath made. I swear, by everything that I am and everything that I've become, I will not perish in these lands, and I will return to you.
And where does that oath stand? What's it numbered?
Number 1. Number 1 looks at this guy. Layden, please don't smite me.
Did you just lie?
No.
Okay, cool. Then yeah,
I told you, number 1 loyalty is to Eleanor.
Absolutely.
Number 2 is to the ward. Number 3
excited.
maybe Layden.
I'm so excited. Anyways, she just kind of grabs her sleeve. Thank you. We'll talk about this later.
No,
I'll make sure I stay safe too. Okay.
Yeah.
If something bad does happen, I'll leave a note for you.
Thank you.
She kind of nods her head. Let's get going, huh?
Perish the thought. Kicks a body on the way out.
Thanks again for everything you've done. My champion. She says, just kind of, for some reason, what
flat.
you said has felt more complicated for her than you, but all the same, seems to have made her happy. And at the end of the day, that's fulfilling an oath right there. So, meanwhile,
you gotta do it when you have the chance.
You gotta do it when you have the chance.
What would you have done if she's like, but I already met this rat and like we really hit up. Hey, how's it going? It's Baird. I should just make it clear.
Laz would accept it.
He's funny. Yeah,
he makes me laugh.
Wouldn't that be the most Heavenward thing I could do?
Honestly, I mean, that's canonical for a goddess dating just like a random guy.
God. Okay. Really quick.
That is
Cortina.
not fair. Stillwater is a gilf. How dare you?
Like now, but when he was younger.
So, really quick, let me.
Can't wait to fucking die in the first encounter.
Yeah, man,
it is Maggie. Why don't you go hold a bomb?
Cortina, you're doing some stuff, aren't you?
Yeah.
Where would you like to do this ritual?
Wherever there's just a decent patch of dirt so that she can kind of meld into the ground.
All right, there's a patch of dirt in the Loboro city map, so I'll take you back there really quick.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just have a lay in the middle of the road.
bum, bum,
Oh,
bum,
okay.
bum, bum, bum.
All right, so Cortina, let's put you over. So you're good. Yeah, that's good. You're gonna be the bottom left of the map, Cortina, when I put you back there.
Okay.
All right, loading us in now. Okay.
I can't wait. Can't wait to die.
Die
You did it to yourself.
painfully. Yeah.
Oh,
Look,
there you are.
it's the time to set up all the flags.
Let me just
Because then you
raise
can
my
say you
death
conquered
flag.
them.
Yeah, look, dude. Death flags are a myth. They
Yeah.
don't exist. It's fine.
It just handle it.
I'll
So,
just handle it.
Cortina, you've stumbled
Yes.
off away from town, and you find yourself stepping on fresh moss again as
Finally.
you finally return here. And so, what are you going to do here?
She's just gonna lay down and focus on. I guess there around her would be just like a cloud of spores, and she's gonna focus on spreading herself as far as possible to basically look.
All right.
Can't have gone too far. He's not alive.
You find yourself sinking deep down into the earth, feeling out across the sick lands. You ask a question. You're going to start asking questions about this. You have any spells to help with this? Commune with nature, probably.
Do I have commune with
It's
nature?
300 feet, though, so that's like, yeah. I'd say this falls into your special category.
Oh yeah, I do have commune with nature. Yeah, I kind of thought it was more. Yeah, I mean, if it's access to bits of herself, so if it's not her, she's not talking to nature.
Okay, yeah. So, you reach out to a mushroom network that seems to stretch out across the ground, and you try to ask, where is Leshy? Where is this form, this extant form of yourself, in a way, of us? You reach out and try to look for it. Let me just... Actually, this wouldn't be a nature roll, this is a survival roll. Because it's not your knowledge of nature, it's your ownness. Okay. As you reach out to the network, it connects with you. And it surges across everywhere nearby, or so far away. But the answer you get back is different from what you might have expected. When the mushrooms return their call to you, when the singular network that connects every single linking point out from the ground has finished communicating, they ask you in return, where has he gone? Was he not with you?
He hasn't been answering.
But he
He's
has not
leaving
joined
me
with
on
us
red.
again. There
Well,
seems to
then-
be something wrong. What is wrong?
I don't know what's wrong. He has tended to answer every time I've called.
They commune with each other. Is it death?
Death in what sense? If he had simply died, there would be evidence of him passing on. He would have moved to another stage in the cycle. Bits of what makes up his soul would be evident in something else within us.
They seem confused as well. You ask that question and they don't have an answer for you. Instead, they surge around as well, curious. Where could he be then? No form of him is found. No extant remains of what he was can be found inside of you. There is simply a hole where Leshy was, and not one piece of the network can connect back to it. In but a moment, he is simply gone, stripped from the cycle, removed.
If that's the case, then perhaps he is truly gone. Unnaturally as it may be.
The network sort of responds. One form removed from the cycle, taken and stripped away. An unnatural occurrence. The only true death that can exist.
I hope that never happens to me. I've always taken solace in the fact that I would exist in some form or another forever.
The network sort of simply replies with its own condolences. A sort of understanding, reminiscence around the entire area. It wants to know if you'll be leaving the cycle soon, if you will be dying in a similar vein.
I found on this journey that there are still things that this one wants to do. I've existed alone with myself, multitudes as it may be, for a very long time now, but I have enjoyed traveling with companions, getting to know other universes within other people. I think it's too early for me to completely drop off of this cycle.
All the same, they implore you, they beg, please leave a part of yourself behind here, so that if you may go, you will never be gone. Do you wish to leave some of yourself here?
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. Cortina,
Yeah, sure.
you reach forward and you sort of grab at one of your pinky fingers and you kind of pull, and the pinky itself almost seems to rip away like a rubbery texture away as it kind of pulls off, like ripping bread or ripping away the membrane off of some sort of dried mucus. So you kind of pull it
Don't
off.
describe my body like that.
And you sort of scratch open the dirt, place the finger inside, and sort of just push it down. And then you find yourself standing there.
Lem
That she
lost
is
speed
dead.
run.
He has been killed, and you didn't even know it.
By all accounts, he was a terrible person, but there's something sad about being outside of all existence. Perhaps that's his punishment.
You consider it. Is a question for yourself, your own multitudes. So you've already granted the other membranes around, the other connections to nature. You've severed your one of your piece of your body, and you left it with them. Your multitudes ruminate on the subject. Perhaps Leshy's fate. Perhaps justified. And with that, now it is time to see what your fate holds. The multitudes within you seem to shift. They're quite curious. They want to see what lies at the end of this road. Every single one of them within you now has come to the conclusion that those you travel with, to some degree, could be considered their friends. And at the same vein, every single one of them could die like Leshy. They could be removed from the cycle. In some parts inside of you, yeah? What are you saying?
I guess it's just my job to make sure that they stay within the cycle in one form or another.
An overwhelming approval. This will be your new task for now. One that only Cortina, this specific form, can do. An individual task for a collective. One that shall be performed post-haste. All right. Yay! Yay! And with that...
Okay, Barrett, now you need to lose a limb.
No.
So, with that...
You lose a lung.
Mm.
I already lost
It's already
something. out of the
gone,
second half. Yeah. Listen, this is all your first main rodeo out here. I already lost shit out here.
Time passes.
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh. And
Lighting effects.
as the day goes by, turning to night, everything is collected. Loboros sleeps once more. And finally, upon the new day, sun begins to break. And as it does, the members of the Ebon Ward sent on this expedition awake one by one to prepare to move out. First on up, coming on down, let's see. Barrett, you didn't get too much sleep last night. Long
Yeah.
rest, sure, but let me get it for you. Hardly what I would call a restful sleep. You just sort of stumble on down. The only other one awake right now, Abidun, he just kind of seems to nod across at you. Big day.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you ready?
I have to be.
I suppose so. That's what it means to be the leader. He kind of considers it. Well, I wish you all the best of luck. I doubt I'll be needed much here, but I'll do my best all the same. He kind of nods as you step a bit more out into the year as eventually a few more people kind of wander out. Tani's like, my head. Jeez.
You have dreams?
No, actually, it was dreamless. I just was up a lot, and then I just sort of passed out and then woke up in bed. Don't even remember going upstairs.
Well, if you can grab a nap, I say get it.
I imagine we're doing that plenty. Alrock emerges. You notice his armor is a bit more polished than it was normally. His sword is sheathed and everything as he sort of steps off to the side.
Look at you, looking fancy.
He sort of just turns and he's just like, well, if I'm needed, I will be waited to be called upon. He sort of just kind of considers I feel like I perchance might want to. There's something worth it about continuing service temporarily to my lady and to you all. Thank you for not killing me, I suppose.
Yeah, well, thank you for putting up with a lot of bullshit and actually pulling your weight.
Yeah, well, he kind of just, he seems pleased by that, but otherwise doesn't really know what to say, and he's just like, I'll get some firewood.
Hey, we got a mid-table for that, just use that. Barrett grabs the table and just chucks it into the room.
The sovereign glue, however, stops it from being broken apart.
God fucking damn it.
On cue. Righto, okay. Laz, you stumble back soon after. People start moving in hordes. The sound of movement everyone has sort of starts bringing everyone together.
Full plate clanking.
Cortina, you rise from the lake.
Jesus!
Don't worry, it's full of pathogens.
Yeah.
That was my concern.
Yeah. Where, you testing your water breathing spell and whatnot?
My what?
Okay.
Eleanor kind of stretches. Good morning, everyone.
You're chipper. Good morning.
Yeah, it's so nice today, isn't it? You kind of agree. A pleasant breeze seems to blow on through. It's very, very nice. In fact, it seems that it's gotten warmer, but the breeze is cool. It's perfect to mix together. Damn. I wish all winters were like this. Almost on cue. Stepping out from the door is almost launched open as someone lumbers out and stretches wide with their body. As you go across, you kind of stretch your neck twice, and then like, oh, that was good. And then you realize, I don't need this pesky old mask on anymore. You take it off, kind of toss it aside, pull the hood back down, and you're just like, what a beautiful day.
Hey, yo.
Spring?
Oh.
Oh.
How are you?
I suppose you're right. Look at that. Spring has sprung.
Oh, hi.
What the fuck?
Oh, wait. I heard about this. You're still Carthian, right?
Of course. I was born in the spring. So really, this is the most me I've been in, well, almost a year now.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh gosh. Wait, is it spring now?
Not exactly. The finer details are a bit lost on me, but I just know that perhaps the death of winter will do us no good where we are to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
We need the growth of spring.
Totally.
right.
Speaking of the growth of spring,
Like, gestures to the eye.
Laz? Sorry, go ahead.
The eye's gone. The eye's gone. Nothing to be done for it. But I did have a very cute little idea.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. Huh. This is
Do you like it?
Oh, it's cute. Yeah. Yeah, it's
I
real
got
cute.
number. Who's that?
It's Carthian.
What? Like,
Laz is like has his mouth open a little bit. He's just so fucking confused.
Oh, come to me.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Carthian,
Laz.
has that plant taken root in your skull?
No, I think it's dead. I do think it's dead, so I'll have to replace it from time to time. But
If you allow it to take on a symbiotic relationship with your body, it could stay alive.
How would I go about doing that? I can't just add things to me like you can, Cortina.
I'm sure you can. You have an open wound.
Well, I'll give it a try.
Eleanor. Yeah.
I try. He's just got like a focused look on his face, like.
Yeah, Laz. It's season things. It's probably seasons are weird down here. It's probably getting much closer to spring. I don't know, but yeah, he changes from time to time. It was on the little thing we got.
Look at his hair.
It's so Cortina. He kind of looks a lot like you now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this?
He looks different.
Oh. Right.
Oh right, yeah. He's got pink hair. He's smiling, which is rare. Or at least it was rare.
It's not that rare. I mean, I'm smiling for 3/4 of the year. You guys just caught me in the middle of a long winter.
Great.
Maybe it'd be better if you touched his face.
I mean, my
Splash.
face is the same.
Splash.
Splash through the mud.
Wow. It is different.
Your skin is not what I imagined it to feel like.
What did you mean by this?
Well, I don't know. It's less. I don't know. I thought I guess I expected you to feel more human, but I can feel. He puts his hand up to yours on his face. It's a little more porous, I suppose.
Like a fucking mushroom.
You are also porous. You're filled with holes.
Damn.
I'm actually quite wealthy.
No. Well, I mean,
You really said your skincare sucks.
well, there's nothing I can do about that. But like, they're pretty small holes, all things considered. I do my best, especially out
What else did you
here.
imagine about my anatomy.
Laz continues to be lost as all hell.
Let me do something.
You imagined how it felt.
Sure.
How did
I
you
imagine
imagine
how most
that I
people
taste?
feel. Well, not exactly. Although, I have eaten your hair before.
Oh yeah, that's a good
No,
point.
what?
Yo, what?
Yeah, young people.
Needless to say, you're much warmer now.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. You have taken nature's cycle into yourself. It's quite exquisite.
I've always taken nature's cycle into myself.
I haven't seen it.
Kind of stumbling on in. Baird comes in, kind of grumbling. Yo, Baird, can you help me look through some shit?
Yeah. What do
Final inventory, give me a hand.
Yeah.
Kind of stumbles on outside.
Scooches past everyone.
You can
You
still eat shit.
go with him. He kind of goes out. Hey, come with me. Barrett kind of moves down a little conspiratorially as he passes by Lupescu. And he's just like, yeah, fuck off, dog. Kind of goes up. Whoa, hey, tell him to stop. Barrett, tell him to stop.
Not my dog.
Hey, stop. reaches into his bag trying to find some food and just like fucking tosses it off in the direction of the bridge.
You think Lupescu's a smarter dog? Hey,
That's
Lupescu.
not, if he's smart, he'll understand a bribe when he sees it. Go fucking eat, dog.
I'll handle this. Lupescu, I got this handled.
In blood, son.
What? Huh. Well, that just happened. Anyways, what did you want?
Lupescu walks up to Baird and says, "No one's gonna believe you, you son of a bitch."
He kind of turns over.
Tell them I talk. Tell them I can talk.
He kind of turns over and then just sort of puts over, "Hey, I don't know if this is something that we really want to. That's way too tense. I don't know if this is something we want to talk about before we left, but bitch stole our shit."
Mm-hmm.
Talking about Maya?
Yeah, she's gone. I thought something weird happened last night.
Any idea?
So you kind of
Any idea
Look.
where she went?
let me do something really quick. Baird.
Oh boy.
Let's see. What would be a good skill for this that Baird has as a rogue? I don't think he can really track things super well. But
I guess like insight to like kind of get a guesstimation of like what would he do if he was like trying to sneak away with
I'd
shit?
say that makes sense. Yep. So let's give it a go.
Wow.
Goddamn. He's like, yeah, I got a trail. He's kind of like, last night something kind of weird happened. I'm a light sleeper and I heard some kind of weird thud. I came downstairs and I know Tani was working and I didn't see her. I looked around a bit, went back upstairs later and I checked her room and I realized she was already in bed, which she wasn't earlier. Looked around, tried to make a count to make sure everyone was here, didn't find Maya. I started looking around overnight. Old bastard who walks over the town has no fucking clue where she is either. At least he won't say anything. Didn't realize she had taken shit till I came back later.
Just to clarify, what shit was taken?
Some of that stuff Tani was working on, for one. That fucking fire gem thing. I think that weird bean bag. A few other things. Small potions. Not everything, just a few.
And you have no idea where she is now.
Oh no, like I said, I got a trail. You seemed to wander off. Seemed like she was making an approach somewhere, a bit off to the south, east. It sounds like might be towards where we might be headed. He kind of checks over ahead and he's just like, what do you think? What are we gonna do about this?
Maya has been reliable so far. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. The news that she got yesterday was, less than ideal.
Right. Well, let me tell you something else. You know, Carthy and Laz, we've been traveling a long time.
Yeah.
Especially the guy with the oath. You tell them this shit, you know it's fucking on, right?
Yeah, I know. That's
Right.
why I'm going first.
Righto. Need some backup?
I need you in the shadows.
Right. I can keep an eye on things. If things go south, I can help take care of it.
Yeah.
Right. What are we gonna tell them?
Tell them, we're gonna scout out a better approach. Also
Sounds
confirm. Also, just a little bit of honesty. Need to confirm where Maya is because she is a part of this team.
Righto. Gotcha, boss. All right. I'll get that sorted real fast. Let's get shit going. Anything else we're taking with us?
Nah, I got what I need to talk to people.
Alrighty.
And
I'm gonna get shit ready.
Baird,
Yeah?
good job.
Yeah, whatever. You
But
kind of,
You've been bitching that no one praises you for shit, and I give you a genuine one.
he kind of scratches his head. Look, man, I'm not used to that kind of thing. Whatever, thanks. Thanks, okay? Happy? I'm fine. You know what? Thanks.
Yeah.
I won't say anything else. No more quips.
We're just.
Set.
I get it. We're both assholes. This just happens.
Yeah. You kind of look. Well, sometimes it takes an asshole to do the kind of work we're about to do. So, I'll get ready.
Yeah, you need assholes for shit work.
All right, see you in a bit.
Yeah.
He kind of stumbles off. All right, Barrett. He's going to get that ready here. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get shot.
In that case, if it's all right with you, I might just cut ahead a little bit if everyone's cool with that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Barrett, you state your regards as you prepare, and you're like, all right, it's time to go do a little scouting. And you start considering how you're going to do that. And as you do, you find your way towards the river, halfway to the lakeside and or the river that you're heading towards. And as you approach, you sort of start wandering forward and looking across, trying to find her location. And as you go, you end up stumbling upon this river that seems to run green with a toxic sludge.
Cool.
It seems to consume a little bit here, but as you go, Baird kind of helps tracking you the way. And then, as he goes, he kind of stops and make me a stealth check.
Ah. Yes.
We have Baird go too.
You have plus stuff to that, right?
Yep. Advantage. Oh, but I also have my little guidance D4, baby. Thank you, Baldur's Gate 3.
Deleted.
Oh,
Oh,
baby!
shit!
That's
Oh,
a nat
shit!
1 and a 20!
20, bro. Peak advantage moments. So, you and Baird approach, and you both manage to successfully go. And Baird is going to sneak around, going and hopping over a small procession of rocks, or scaling. Actually, finds a tree he can scale over, and he moves around as you take a more direct approach.
Barrett does want Baird to like keep a far distance because he's like, this is a delicate situation.
Yeah.
I don't need her to immediately be like, oh, you don't trust me, and then it to just get to the next level immediately.
You do so as you progress. Baird moves along with you, and as you sort of start moving on through, you look across, and he keeps a distance, but he also moves as close as he can so that he could potentially make a full-on sprint if need be in order to reach her. So he rests there as you approach. And as you do, you stand crouched behind a rock as you look across the river, and you actually see her rummaging through a bag. Let me bring you here.
Oh god, yeah, this is a nasty.
That's a bad river.
That's a bad fucking river.
You see some
That's
skeletons
Chicago,
nested
baby.
on it, having almost been flesh torn from them. As you look up beyond Maya, where she stands together, and you know Baird is up far up north, top left by this tree here, sort of waiting, but he's similarly pretty there. And she doesn't notice you're there yet. You did really good on the stealthing right now.
Yeah.
You notice her back is turned to you as she's like sorting through shit right now.
Yeah. Barrett, oh man, is there like a dumb question? Is there like a safe way to get over there?
Inflatable boots might help.
Yeah.
You might be able to walk over, and it might cause a little damage, but you might not take as much, you know?
Fortunately,
Better
they
than
do
about to
squeak
Jesus
as you
Christ
walk.
I
over
give you
this
a
lake.
constitution save at advantage for that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have much other choice. I gotta get over there.
For sure.
You have decent con, right?
I have very solid con.
Yep. Solid con at advantage.
With advantage, here I go.
Yeah, thank you, advantage.
Yeah. All right. You only take like 1 damage.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. That's not bad.
A little splash of acid hits your pants, but otherwise you pass on
You die.
through, stepping on this central aisle area. Want to get closer? Or is that good for you?
I'm gonna get to here. I'm gonna have the scope, not the gun out, just the scope to just like peer a little closer, see if there's like, if I assume when she's rummaging through the bag, she's probably taking things out and put them on the side. What is she ignoring?
Make me a perception check.
Yeah. Oh, hello, sweet little D4.
Barrett just pulls out the gun. Wait, I was just looking at what you were doing.
Wait.
It's kind of hard to tell. It seems like she'll check something, put it away, and then pull it back later and look at it again, then put it down again. It's like she's sort of she's probably pretty confused right now. She's looking through stuff, trying to gather some things of value, but she's not quite sure what valuable in here is. It's a
that's the
bag.
issue. She thought this was hers.
Yeah. Am I able to do... No, I should wait until I'm, like, actually talking to her. I'm gonna actually, like, make sure I'm, like, as much on land as possible. I don't want to be near this.
Yeah.
Barrett, like, hands up.
So, mind telling me what you're doing?
She stops. Her head tilts up, kind of like a deer's having heard like a sudden noise. And you notice that she stands up slowly, and she turns her head, splitting it back in your direction. She stares at you, and on her face, you see the reflection, a glimmer, somewhat glowing green, but also other colors due to the reflection of the sunlight. You see a leaking, painful-looking sap dripping from her eyes as she stares directly back at you.
Oh.
You notice she arcs, pulling out a sword from her back. I need you to roll me initiative.
Uh-oh.
Ah, Jesus. Where's my good old...
You done goofed.
I've got this. You go first.
Great.
You stare directly across as her eyes covered away. You see no inclination of recognition of you at all. As the sword is pulled out, but you're always first to the draw in this situation. You were ready, you snuck up, and now you can make the first action however you like. Whatever you want to do.
Does this feel like this is a lost cause?
That's up to your judgment.
Can I insight?
Insight? Sure.
Get my nice little butt.
Yeah, compared to the people in Strabog, how far is this?
It seems that she's... Insight. Let's see. A 20?
Yeah.
A momentary lapse of judgment, perhaps. Perhaps some form of sickness that was growing, waiting for a weakness of the will, a disease of the mind. That's what Cortina had called it. Her and another watcher of this place, there is no difference from her now. And at this point, you know there are directives having been stated. They defend Loboro, and she will defend Loboro as well.
You just needed to be patient. Okay.
I think what Barrett is gonna do. Yeah. None of that's good.
I'll keep my mouth shut. I'm not there.
I think what Barrett is gonna do is he is going to first sprint over here, and I'm gonna attach the underbarrel, and I'm immediately just gonna go for a blast.
Okay.
God damn it, Barrett.
Damn it. That misses, as we know.
Yep.
All right, you sling underbarrel fire, but it ends up kind of going wide as she sort of dodges deftly to the side as you approach, moving before the blast comes.
Oh, that's not great. Do I have anything else that could be? Let's see here. 10 feet away. Yeah, it sucks to be using spells already, but I am also then going to use Thunder Wave.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's no real good way to, like, have this thing turn. I aim this at her specifically.
Yeah, I totally know. I totally mean, yeah. All right, yeah. So you, okay. You click a barrel and you prepare to fire it as, all right, cool. Constitution save?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Oof! Oh,
Oh no.
And she will be tossed 10 feet back.
guidance and push. All right, she gets knocked 10 feet back near to the edge of the river. She also takes 10 damage.
Yeah. I think what it is, because he hasn't used Thunderwave before, is after he fires off the underbarrel, he shoots out the empty canister and throws in a different one. And when it hits the ground, there is almost like a second impact where it hits, and then this piston slams into the back of it, having this deafening blast outwards, and it kind of ruptures the ground.
Nice. Yeah, so
Flashbang.
you basically blast out this wave that knocks her back and away. Is there anything else? Yeah, that's your spell, so yeah.
How loud is Thunderwave?
Thunderwave is loud as shit. Audible up to 300 feet.
Which is a bit further than the town. Yeah. In response, she raises up. She's standing a bit of a distance now. She's going to pull out her bow and notch some arrows at you.
Yeah, go for it.
As she aims up and prepares to fire, firing one arrow and then tracing it, which manages to hit up against your tough armor and manages to not penetrate, but the second one pierces through, adjusting the shot and managing to cut you ever so slightly. Not much, but still.
Yep. Yeah, nope. Able to block maybe like throw up the coat for the first one, and then the second one actually like goes past through the neck and it just grazes it.
Yeah, and the third shot.
Oh.
Oof. Firing through, she notches a second one in a moment. 12.
Yeah.
And with that, she goes to arc another one, but almost running out from the trees, Baird makes a swift run in this direction, and then he's going to use his cunning action to take an extra dash.
Hell yeah, brother. At
which point he will move down here, going 30 feet. And in that moment, using his surprise, he's first round and everything, he's going to stab in with both daggers. Taking in a stab with the dagger. Oh man! She whacks with the bow, knocking it aside, but then he swings in with the other one as well. Managing to take that shift in momentum, he brings the other dagger and stabs it into the side of her arm, doing damage and also doing a little sneak attack damage. So, yeah, that's just dagger damage. We don't care about that. We care about this.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 12 damage as he goes in and stabs her and attracts her attention, bringing us back up to the front. Moving very quickly, Baird stabs twice, moving in, and he kind of side-eyes you and just waits for what you're going to do next.
Not much we can do now.
Barrett is going to, once again, load in the underbarrel and just try and hit her.
That hits.
Okay. So she takes 13 force damage, but what's more important is she is forced 10 feet back. There is no save.
I see. She is knocked directly back into the acid. Time for a con save. Oof, fail. Okay. Let me just start out. 15. You notice that parts of her cloak and everything start to burn away as she sort of flails in the acid and sort of stands up in it. Her legs start simmering with smoke as she stands up to move again, as she starts crawling, dragging herself out of the acid, holding the bow in her hand. Oh, that is, you're right. You're right. As she does that, you notice herself crawling up, but she is inside of it. What do you do, Barrett?
I'm going to use my service rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just regular shot.
Ooh. The shot hits, but almost misses against as it hits the acid itself, and sort of just with the resistance of the water and the acid itself, it doesn't actually get in. But the reliable does mean a little bit of it manages to pierce inside. Second shot.
Second shot.
That hits.
All right.
As the second one does, she splayed back into the acid, and you raise up the shot.
It's Jover.
And how do you kill Maya?
I go for the head. I want this to be as fast as possible. Acid was just to help get there.
You raise up a shot, aim through, calculated precision, you fire through, aiming the shot, getting ready to shoot. as you prepare to fire directly down. And as you do, it starts to shift ever so slightly.
No.
Things seem to get darker as you raise up the gun. Time seems to slow down ever so slowly. Ever like every moment passes like an eon as you sort of stare directly through, looking directly across at that. As you hear someone perk up. I know you don't want to do this, Barrett, right? Remember what I offered you? A voice sort of seems to peek up in every which direction. One kind of seems to lean over directly looking at you. We could change this. Things don't have to go this way.
Did you cause this?
I didn't cause this. She wanted it herself. But that doesn't mean this needs to end tragically. After all, I'm not the one who gave her it. It was him.
Him?
This form kind of shifts around as it looks directly at you. Irrelevant. If you want, I could tell you that too. But don't you want to save her? It won't cost you much. He says that. They say that. But Barrett, you know the cost of a Fey deal.
Oh, yeah.
Do you deny?
Barrett just slowly turns.
What is there left to save?
He just gestures.
Kind of checks back. As they kind of shift around ever so slightly, Yearn kind of peeks back and sort of just checks directly at you. It's just like, everything can be fixed. She could be made anew. She could be made happy. Perfect. Just like she wanted. Just like you want. Isn't that what you want? To save people? That's what you said, right? I could give it to you. Don't you want it? You want it so badly. You don't want this ending. Come on. Come on, Barrett. Listen to your heart.
That's the thing, Chief.
Pulls out the gun.
I always use my head. It's a hell of a lot smarter than the heart.
And I just shoot him in the face.
What?
You shoot him in the face. The shadow seems to fizzle out, and time goes forward. As you pull the trigger on the bullet sails through the sky and hits Maya in the head. She splashes down, crashes against the acid, as her body is taken by the sick lands. Baird stops, looks down, body sinking into the green, as he takes up his dagger, puts it away, kind of goes over and pats your shoulder. Is it your first time killing an ally?
Would that make it better?
No. I just gotta know if I'd have to actually try hard to be nice about it.
Barrett thinks for a long time.
I think it's worse. I think it's the first friend I killed.
Baird kind of gives you 2 pats on the shoulder. Yeah, that's a lot worse. We gotta get back. Dies with me. Don't worry. We can't let anyone know, not the big guy. The moment people start knowing, the more they're gonna talk about solutions. They'll find some way they could have done it better later, you know?
What do we tell her, Dad?
Kind of thinks about it. Tell him what? She disappeared.
We can't do that to him.
He kind of thinks about it. He kind of looks at Barrett. In a couple of days, he might not even be alive to care, Barrett. Let's just leave him in ignorance for now. It'll be easy. We're the only ones who are gonna heard about it. Ain't that what the Ebon Ward's for? We hurt so everyone else can stay happy?
Yeah. I guess. I'd hope maybe we changed a bit.
He kind of... Ebon Ward might have changed. We're all still the same people we were a year ago. So... He kind of like... That's why I find the whole thing so damn stupid. Bear just starts to kind of walk away back the bridge. Man. I don't feel like climbing a goddamn tree, but that's all I got option-wise. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
Head on back. I'm gonna make sure I get all the gear.
Sure. Oh shit, how do we tell them we found the gear?
You didn't tell us that the gear went missing.
Yeah, that's what I was
True,
thinking.
that's true. Yeah. Actually, in that case, Baird would know that. He'd be like, no problem. He starts walking across. You're given a moment, Barrett.
I think Barrett stands there quietly for a long time, just watching the pool just bubble. And once he's confident that Barrett is gone, he just rips this fence out of the ground and just starts hitting shit. And he's just yelling.
Man.
It hurts his throat, but it doesn't stop him.
You yell and you scream and you break the fence down beneath you. And it ends with a coughing fit that damn near takes your life. But you survive. And in the end, the true ending, all you're left in this corner of the words is with silence. And with that, we're going to call today's session to an end.
Oh, man.
Mm.
First NPC death.
I sensed a betrayal.
Yeah. So what I was concerned with as I approached is like, did Leshy jump into her?
That's what I thought
Totally,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I was like going to do an insight check. I was like, no, I haven't talked to her yet. I got to like talk to her to see if anything's up. And
because like,
no.
Yeah, but like there was no point in which like Cortina entered in contact with Maya whatsoever. It's the fucking dreams. Like she was acting weird, and like I noticed. Laz wouldn't notice. Laz wouldn't give a fuck. Like, but yeah, honestly, she lasted pretty long.
Yeah.
After the close call last session, yeah.
I'll tell you where it all went wrong is when she realized that she had no mission anymore.
Yeah. That's literally what it was.
Yeah, she went hollow.
Dead on.
Went hollow.
Hello.
Man,
Yeah, I was like, man, it's kind of a bummer because like if she had waited a day, Carthian totally would have been on her side.
Yeah, right?
I'm sitting there like, no, we can't kill all these people. What are you talking about?
It's perfect.
The thing, God, yeah, like we only brought up the dream with Yearn to Tani. Like we didn't think of bringing it out with the rest of the NPCs, and that may have been
everything worked out.
I don't know,
perfectly.
because talking about Yearn makes it stronger, right?
Yeah. Yearn
Like
sucks to deal with.
Barrett said, sometimes you got to do the bad thing so everyone else can smile, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes that's wrong, like how the situation started, but also it solved the situation. So you know what? It all works out.
And let's look at the silver lining. We didn't lose an Ebon Ward member.
That's true. That's true. Zero casualties.
We do have to figure out who are.
Well,
we do still have to figure out who are
sixth is
who we're gonna take. I vote Abby.
Yeah.
Abby's pretty good.
Abby's pretty good.
He's like,
I do think once we get back, it would be wise for talking off game because Laz doesn't know shit about it, but maybe wise. Like, hey, anyone had any weird dreams lately, gang? But other than that, Abiudun would be a good pick.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that wants to leave him behind because he is so strong and would help the NPCs. But then again, if we're taking Hodan and Hilo, that's a pretty powerful combo right there.
Yeah.
Now, also the party is safe in town right now.
This is true. Well,
After all, no one will know that just happened, so they're pretty safe.
yeah, I mean, that's part of me. Part of me is wondering if we can convince Maya's dad to come along.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I killed
I
your daughter.
somehow
Shit,
very
man.
much so doubt it.
Give it a shot, you know? Give it a shot.
Because
If you come up with a good argument, you can give it a shot. But yeah, also I remember Hoggy did die, so we are at 1 casualty. Thanks, Cortina.
Huggy was a scripted.
that was
death.
scripted. That don't
you
count.
know, yeah, I know it doesn't count, but on the report it will. But in game, no dead members.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, no,
That was
we can
good.
still get that achievement. We're still
you
looking
can get
good.
the achievement. It's like the fucking Fable 3 one. It's like you never passed out except that one time, and it's just like, oh yeah, you didn't let any Evermore members die except that one guy.
God.
So yeah, no, good,
It's
good
fine.
shit. Good fucking shit.
Yeah,
Oh man.
I think we're about ready to pass it over to
the
people.
the future.
The
This
future.
Monday. Whoa!
Yeah, it's actually like really close
you're-
this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, right.
And if you're watching this early on the Patreon,
How'd
funny,
you do
isn't
that?
it?
Yeah, wow.
I mean, that all depends on like how fast I can get this to Lamp and when she uploads it. There's a very real chance of like, ooh, Sunday evening, impressive.
Oh man.
Hey, early knowledge is still early knowledge, but yeah.
Mhm.
Unfortunate, truly unfortunate. I don't know. Yeah, there were some stuff that we could have done differently. It wouldn't make sense for most of our characters to do things differently.
No.
Truly the
GGs.
greatest place to be in a tabletop game.
Yeah.
It's how our characters did it, and I love that. This is gaming. I
It's
had a
what
great
my
time, everyone.
character would do, and I think
That's
we can
it.
all agree
That's
that
never
is
a wrong
always a
perceptive.
perfectly
Yeah.
justified
Exactly.
thing.
Wait.
Thanks for agreeing with me wholeheartedly. We're good.
Man.
Oh.
Barrett, if
Did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong.
well
Dad does nothing wrong.
Barrett's in a weird spot right now because he's like, that was the right decision. It just was. But it's like the first time in a long time that he's been out in the field and had to like actually commit to one of his beliefs where it's like whatever it takes to keep the team safe. And Maya was a liability very suddenly. He was like, I'm no doctor. I can't fix this.
I told you she was a
Doesn't matter
liability
if it makes you
yesterday.
feel any better. I'd have done the same.
You know, if I was
Man,
more,
I would have third level smite.
You know, I'm not much of a doctor, but hey, take 2 and call me in the morning.
Oh, mate, she ain't waking up.
That ending bit with Barrett was great. I loved that.
Got
Oh
too late.
man,
She got
I don't
poor
think.
Papa.
she got 2 Lake City quiet pills.
Jesus. Oh man. Well, thank
Yeah,
you
Let's
very
swap
much.
it over
for
to
that.
let's swap it over to the living world. though.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll
Yeah.
chat with you guys in just a smidgen. Say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Toodles. Hey, everybody. Wasn't that a
Oh.
sad one?
Oh, my ability's really funny, Sprite. Thank you.
Yes, my ability is very funny. Well
If
done,
this was
Sprite.
if this was a fucking cartoon on American television, that would be the name of this episode.
God, can you imagine seeing that in the opening? Oh, my ability. Oh, no. Is she going to, like, maybe betray the party? Guess the end? Why would you make a pun like that? Why would you do this?
Why would you do this? Besides all the sad parts, I hope you enjoyed the episode, y'all, including
Yeah.
the sad parts.
This is
because
also the funniest
sometimes
part.
you need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the
Yeah.
funniest episode of Ebon Ward as well. For like the
Yeah.
entire middle stretch.
The
Yeah.
fucking table argument. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Table.
You didn't even
Why
be
you
break-
so
You didn't even be breaking shit. Like, unreasonable, unnecessary. There was absolutely a table somewhere else. God. Oh, well, here. Let's get that fan art.
I have
So-
a int. What do you want from me?
Oh, by the way, this Imgur is courtesy of Zeely. Thank you very, very much, Zeely.
Thank
are
you
a
very much,
lifesaver.
Zeely.
At the very top, everything is wrong crossing the river. From Fink. Oh, it's the cat.
It's the kid.
The old
The Croco
stretch.
Cat.
Big stretch.
La criatura.
Oh, woohoo. This cat is
Hey,
such
Laz had a good time.
Laz had a great time.
Yeah.
Except when you were all yelling at him because of a
Yeah.
table.
Free Book Pit National Park, wildlife safety.
So that happened.
Yeah, we still don't know what's in there. No clue.
Well, that just happened.
Well, that
Oh,
just
that's
happened.
just- I can't believe you fucking pulled that line.
From Zealy. This is where the bookworm lives. Let's hope Yodis isn't there. Yodis would love to be here. This is my hole. It was made for me. Honestly, thinking
Yodis?
back on it, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
That's a
Yoda-
will decision after the game's
Yeah,
done.
my theory is that it was a Shogoth, but that's Ungra talking. Yeah, Yoda's would have fucking vibe in that library.
Oh, he'd
On
love it.
God.
The whole mission, it's been for nothing.
Oh, my, Stop fucking eating!
Gotta
The
have
party
rations
was
when you can.
not very supportive, to say the least.
I'm sitting here like
I love them.
trying, and they're both like, "Oh, kill her, whatever."
I fucking love South Party so much.
Oh,
Mushroom Princess
from Thames. If I click on that,
God,
yeah, there we go. Oh,
Yeah, her.
lovely.
Carthian and Cortina was like, "Hey, if they die, they die." Man,
Yeah.
Laz is like, "God, you don't have to say it on to her fucking face, but if they die, they die."
I mean, you're not. I mean, you're spitting. We all
God,
agree.
rude, but correct.
Rude, but correct. Thank you so much. Give me your best war cry.
It's evolving.
Awful little creature. Thank you so much.
Live Baird reaction willfully ignores the perception roll.
I think this entire episode can be summed up with live Barrett reaction.
The only
to be
time,
honest.
yeah, honestly, the entire that would be the other episode name.
It's from
God.
6, by the way. For
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Six.
Thank you, Six. Lovely.
The first Baird eyes.
From Tabs.
Never give up.
Never back down. Never what? Very good. Thank you. From Zealy. Homeboy got a bist. Mushrooms, am I right? Yodis and Leslie crossover? Yodis and Leslie playing poker. Oh, actually, no, zooming in didn't help that at all.
Yodas has so many fucking cards in his hands. Motherfucker's cheating. He's playing 4 hands.
It's just a part
You're
of the game.
losing terribly at Go Fish.
Oh. Aw. Thank you very much. Let me double check. This is from Fink.
Yes, I think.
Carthian with his new little hot little flower.
Spring Carthian be looking moisturized.
Yeah.
Homeboy's living his best life out here in the swamp.
I don't believe for a moment he didn't just like come out of a cocoon because he's way too clean. There's no fucking way. No way.
He shed his layer of dirt.
Yeah. From Zealy. It's
yeah.
worse. That was the first friend I ever killed.
Oh, dude, I love putting the dog to sleep by the antlers, bro. Stop literally on the phone.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
man.
Thank you
Nice,
all
nice.
very, very much for coming on out. Great news. We're planning on playing again very, very soon. So we'll have
Yes.
another one, hopefully on the Patreon ahead of time, which would be great. If not, don't worry. It'll be there on Monday.
Yeah.
But
Woo.
as always, if you are so inclined to see more cool things like this, and even to get art and whatnot, because we're going to be doing another generics asset pack pretty soon of Undead, courtesy of Oz. You go to our Patreon.
If you want to get fucked up Maya, you can also go there probably.
This is
Oh
true.
yeah, I'll be giving all the Maya icons to Will. So if you want to relive a scene over and over again and like play dolls like some freak,
Or maybe you can run your own AU where
Yeah.
Maya gets saved.
Or you could run your own AU where you do the exact same thing to your players to watch them cry.
Yeah.
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 Hurt them. Hurt your friends. Hurting your friends is fun.
You know your friends want you to.
You know
Right?
it's what they want.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone should have known this was going to go south anyways.
Hey!
Hey! Someone died. Someone died.
They're gone.
She had it coming.
Well, hey y'all, thank
Shouldn't
you.
have gone south.
Thank y'all for being here, for making art, for watching, for commenting, all that jazz. Deeply appreciated. And most importantly, thank you for being here this time. Thank you for being here next time. Say goodbye to chat, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Toodles.